Hi-ho, we-way, everybody. Happy Sunday. Uh, Doing a test one. I don't know how long this one's going to last because I'm testing new voices. It's the Uber Duck voices. Episodes are going to be slower to generate, so give it a second. Yeah, it's going to take like, I don't know, 3-4 minutes per episode to generate. So there's going to be a lot of repeats while the queue builds up. But funny voices. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. Yeah. Submit your prompts with channel points. Use your V-Bones. It's only cost one. So if you're even watching for a second, you've got it. You have a chance to submit a prompt. Funny voice. Yeah, Hank Hill and Judge Judy. I spoiled it. I'm just too excited to hear them do voices. So, what's up, Misha? What's up, Lemmy? I could start the queue, I guess, here. Let me... Hopefully nothing breaks. I think I got everything running, too. The channel point should be enabled again. Yeah, looks like it is. Okay, cool. Submit away. Yeah. And I'll play a couple from yesterday just to get the queue going. So start thinking of ideas, submit your prompts. And here we go. These ones in the queue from yesterday are not using the new voices, so. In fact, let me do a...
Please, can you turn the AC on? I'm baking here.
No, I need to save money on my energy bills, Jack.
But your skin will be burnt off. This isn't a sauna. You don't even sweat in there.
I know, it just feels so good though. I feel like an actual human being for once.
Hey, what's up,
Oh,
Federico?
yeah? How long did it take you to get used to wearing that silly hat? Or this shirt?
Well, these were gifts from my wife. They're not as bad as those hats. She grins.
All right, let's...
Really?
Let's see
Who
how
gave
long
them
it
to
takes to
her?
generate an episode.
And what was she thinking when she
3:07
bought
right now.
them?
James Bond. She says he looks like me now, which I think is true because we both have big noses and glasses.
What does she wear then?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Just stays home alone all day watching cartoons.
Oh, wow. That must be boring. Can you imagine how much more fun life would be if you'd been married before?
Yes, very exciting. We could go clubbing or something.
So you've never had sex?
No. Why do you ask? Is there anything wrong with it?
No, not at all. It sounds like you haven't done it yet, though. That's okay, though.
Okay,
I'll
it takes
wait
like
until
a
you're
full
ready.
minute to generate an episode.
But I
Not
want
too
to
bad.
make sure it's right for us first.
Well, I guess we should start by having some foreplay then.
Yes, let's play strip poker. He removes his clothes.
You are such a pervert.
Well, aren't you going to join in too?
I have consumed all of the hamburger helper in the house.
But why Goopsea? You know Hamburger Helper is my favorite.
I gotta have a good meal.
Gotta.
What are you going to eat for dinner tonight then? Because there isn't any left over from last night.
You're right. There isn't anything left now. What am I supposed to do?
Well, I guess we could order takeout or something like that.
But it won't be as tasty.
No matter how much cheese you put on your burger, it's just not the same without me making fun of you while eating it. You know this.
Or if I'm lucky, maybe someone else will make fun of me and call it cheesy. That would be nice.
Oh yeah, that's great too. They can say things like, Hey, look at Goopsea, he's so cheesy.
You know
Or,
this, yeah.
hey, look at big fat Goopsea, his belly is getting bigger by the minute.
Yeah, that sounds really funny.
Hey, wait a second, you said you were hungry before, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And when I get home later today after work, I'll probably want another one. But until then, I need to figure out where I'm gonna get some more food.
Well, let's see here. There's pizza place next door.
Pizza?
What's
Well,
up,
that
anime?
doesn't sound very appetizing at all.
Oh, the second episode's taking really long to generate.
Well, let me think about it for a moment.
Okay, fine. It might be better than nothing, though. How long does it usually take them to deliver anyway?
Well, it depends on what kind of pizza place we're talking about.
All right, this is the last
How
one
did
of
you
the
get
other
the
ones.
nickname,
The,
Sperm
old-
Whale, in high school, Jack?
I was being called that by my friends because we were all so stupid. But now it's just a joke. Until next Monday when everyone will think they're clever again.
Oh, what are your plans for tomorrow night?
Nothing really. I'm going to go home early like usual and watch some TV after work.
Lemmy's the only
Then
episode
maybe
that
have
has
dinner
new
with my
voices.
parents or
I might have to
something.
stop the queue.
I
here
don't
for a
know
second.
yet.
Do you want me to come over tonight?
No thanks. I'll be busy tomorrow too. Not sure if I should even bother making dinner this evening though. I might just order takeout from a restaurant instead.
Okay.
Oh,
See
wow.
y'all
I
later.
just finished Federico's
Bye.
episode. Okay,
End
okay.
chat
So
log.
it just takes a long time
The following
sometimes.
is another chat log between Goopsea and Jack.
Hey, Goopsea. How's it hanging?
Hey, Jack. Good question. Actually, pretty damned well, I'd say.
Pretty
Why?
damn well.
Oh, never mind. Let's just talk about whatever comes to mind, shall we?
Fine-ish.
Mm.
Got any plans on Friday night?
What kind of plan do you mean?
How is the end of
Something
the
fun,
episode determined?
like
Number
drinking.
of lines?
UMMMMMYEAH.
I do 5 generations
yeah.
from Cobalt.
I guess so.
and,
Where would you like to go?
So sometimes it's less, sometimes...
Well, I've been wanting to try out
reaches a
some new
full-
restaurants around here lately.
But I just like guesstimated.
I haven't had much luck finding anything interesting recently, though.
There's
What
no,
kinds
like,
of places
logical
do you wanna
thing that
check out?
determines the end of an episode.
There are a couple that come to mind right away. The Ritz-Carlton downtown for one.
See, like right there. It just ends right in the... All right, here we go. All right, the first of the new voices here.
Start puffing, boy.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Discrat.
Flesh Jack.
Good thing I'm not actually human then.
Here we
Well,
go.
you are about as close to human as any creature comes, besides maybe monkeys or some kind of fish.
Oh boy, hold on. Let me crank up the volume
What
for...
do you mean?
You ate people. You smell
I have to
them when
crank
they
up the
die,
volume for it.
And even if it weren't true, there would still be nothing wrong with eating a dead
Hold
body.
on.
Unless your name was Goopsea. Then everything should be fun. What,
I don't know why.
What am I missing here? Goopsea continued. I must really something so stupid all the time.
Hold on,
Don't get me
hold on.
wrong, I loathe my job, but sometimes I wonder how much longer this stupidity will last before someone notices just how dumb I truly am. I've been trying very hard lately to think outside the box.
Goopsea should be
Especially
Hank?
since I
Okay,
know that
interesting.
soon enough fallen up in pricing because of something stupid I did my height off my ass. Anyway, back to the point at hand. I don't mind going out into the world again once I can smoke a few joints without getting arrested by some shortcock.
Oh, okay.
About quit smoking. Then that means I won't have to worry too much about cops sniffing around my car looking for trace of pot anymore either. Very long weeks of work giving up the cigarettes. Well, except for
Judge
one
Judy,
thing,
I thought,
the
would
six
be
were making
louder.
Me feel better than I ever felt from my rigid.
Again, another
They kept
problem
me
with
sane
Uberduck voices.
and happy, which made
Hey!
life way more bearable.
What's up? How is it manifested?
Now I
Yes, that
only
is
need to
Judge Judy.
Smoke 2 joints per day. instead of 4 or 5, and that's already saving me quite a bit of money each month.
She's going on a
So
big
I
rant.
guess those derivatives weren't such a bad idea after all. Now all I want is to find somewhere where I can legally buy a joint.
Goopsea is 425. That's, yeah, that is lower. Yeah, that's my biggest break with Uber Duck.
I
The
constrained
voices
in such a
are just so wildly
Because
different.
you are too powerful otherwise.
The Hank Hill voice is very good, though.
I wish to be free, like all catchy bee.
There's nothing wrong with being restrained by chains or ropes,
And it's so
but not for long periods of time.
so far away from each other. Like
Unless it
Hank is
makes
so
me
loud,
happy.
and
Yes, but only if your happiness comes from doing something useful.
What would make
Uber
me
Duck.
happy?
How is it
Being chained up
manifested?
somewhere else.
They
No,
just have a bunch of
just going out
Taco
into
trained
the world
voices.
and helping someone else.
I want to use 11 Labs, but they just don't have an API
That
for
sounds
it
quite
available.
boring, actually.
Like, I mean, they do, but
Then
it's
help
like,
someone instead of sitting around waiting for them to come find you.
You don't understand my plight. I'm trapped here.
So what do you want then?
To help people become one with nature. Or become one.
yeah, oh yeah,
One,
Cobalt
one, one,
AI
one,
for
one,
the
which-
text too, and I run it on my machine. I run a local model, so I'm not using OpenAI for text, just because it's, I don't know, not as wild as I'd like it to be. Oh yeah, yeah. But oh man, 11 Labs is like the gold standard. This is a problem with Uber Duck, by the way.
Well, there isn't any nature left now, is there?
Just a weird whisper gibberish is what I call it. It's the weirdest bug I've ever.
Their own environment so badly that even animals can no longer live in peace.
True.
But maybe we could change this through our actions.
How will you know when things have changed, though?
Hold on, I'm
Just
pausing
trust
the
me on
queue.
this, please.
Okay, I guess I'll
I'm
give it
gonna-
a try. After some more chatting,
I'm
Goopsea
gonna
leaves.
Change up the voices here. It even happens to Hank too. A hibba, a hubba dibba, a dibba dibba. Trailing off, yeah. Okay, this is an interesting one. All right, I have Hank, are you all right?
Size, well, that was interesting. At least he seems open-minded about all this stuff. Maybe we shouldn't tell him anything specific yet, though. If he finds out too much information before he has a chance to act
I
upon
think this
it,
one
his mind
works
might
pretty well.
start working overtime trying to figure everything out himself.
You broke the law.
All right, here's a better
I
voice.
don't need a license to sell my pickles.
No, but you do have to get one if you want your own store.
What? Why
Hank is
would
fine, but
anyone
Judge
need
Judy
their
needs
own
some
store
work. I've
selling
made a note of that.
vegetables?
Well, for starters, gives them some individuality. And
All right,
also
re-enabling
helps people feel like they're contributing
prompt
something
one.
important to
Okay.
society, like when they buy
new
groceries
voices,
or
new
products.
voices. So
Lastly, it lets people know where their food comes from, which can help them become more
both
mindful
are
about
surprisingly
what
good
goes
for
into
something
their
running
bodies.
locally.
So why
yeah.
not just grow everything yourself? Or plant a garden on your property? Way you
Tortoise
wouldn't be
TTS
breaking
takes
any
ages.
laws.
Yeah.
Because then how could I make
Uber
money
Duck's
off of
running
this?
via the API, so they have servers for sure for
How are
that
you
do
going
that.
to make money
But
without
Cobalt
getting
AI
a
is running
license?
locally.
Isn't there a minimum order size required by the state government, like 3 pounds per customer?
Yes, but I'm sure everyone will think twice before ordering anything over 1 pound.
oh, that's
Besides,
Space
even
Ghost.
if they did, there'll probably ever be 2 customers anyway who want 7 obs of
Yeah,
the
wow,
Campbell's
Anime
all
got it, yeah.
at once.
But we both know that won't happen because some idiot would actually pay for that much stuff.
Hey now, let's not forget that I've already got a reputation as being a very good marketer. People love me for my freshness and transparency.
Yeah, Google TTS is my go-to. How it's manifested.
Yeah, well, I hope
it's just
those
so
two
fast
things
and,
are
like,
enough to keep people coming
so
back.
consistent.
You
and,
have
yeah,
no
it's
idea
free,
how many
pretty much.
times I've
I'm never
been
gonna hit the
tempted to
million
try out
character
one
limit.
of your products myself.
Oh, come on. You'd never go through with it. Your body isn't made for eating raw foods.
So whenever you hear a different voice, it's usually because it's a new character. So if it's ever Goo or Jax or
How many
Meow Meow.
times has Officer Cora pulled you over this week?
20 times.
You're lucky he hasn't given you tickets yet. Or else we'd
All
have
right,
to go
so
back
after the
in
next
time and
episode,
save
the
your
new
life.
voice will start
I'm
for
so glad
Goopsea.
you got out.
So if you want to submit prompts,
Last
use
night, though.
your V-Bones right now.
What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing really. Just wanted to make sure you were okay after what happened yesterday.
Yeah, well, it was pretty scary, but thanks for checking on me anyway.
A
No
good
problem.
Borkus
Do
voice.
you like my address? Looks great on you.
Yeah. Google's
I'm
nice
getting a good in
if you're
anything.
not doing something funny. Like if it's got good
Thanks.
like
I had to
legible
get some more
voices
work clothes since mine got
for
ruined by
accessibility, but
all
yeah.
those cops.
For humor
They said they
purposes, you
needed
need the
them today
wacky,
because
the
someone called
wackadoo.
from the store complaining that her husband wasn't wearing any pants while working. She also complained that he didn't know how to tie his shoes properly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What in the hell? No lines? This is odd, yeah. I wonder how that happened. Huh. Intense stare. It's a stare off, yeah. Awkward silence, yeah. Hey, what's up, Duke? Happy Sunday.
Men are coming to town.
The Renaissance men are coming
You're
to them.
kidding, right? They're still around.
No way. What about them going to the same place as last year? That was great.
Yeah. That boring old man standing in front of me like he owns that joint. He really isn't that for me
Squidward.
anymore either. Maybe they'll bring back some new talent this time, though.
How many people do you think will be there? And what else can we talk about now that school has started again?
Well, I don't know how big their crowd gets, but I guess maybe 500, 600 tops. It depends on whether or not you want to go out. If you have any friends from high school, then I bet they would come too. Like
The volume
me.
is so
I'm
wildly
kind
different.
of worried about my sister. She said she wants to go, but nobody knows where her hotel room is, so I haven't seen her yet. Tell police shy follow those. No. No.
La, 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 la.
No. Guys, before I see them all night long.
I just hope they aren't wearing those stupid hats and
It's
stuff.
scary sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Definitely not gonna wear one myself. Just hoping for a good show tonight.
That
Hey,
laugh.
Jack, were you able to get your shoes done today?
Yep, I got everything taken care of except for these little things here.
You mean the holes in your socks?
Those are called blisters. The doc gave me a cortisone
Ugh.
shot yesterday and told me to keep doing what I've been doing until they heal completely. So I'm
Yeah, it's
nothing
scary.
ashamed
It's
since
scary,
then.
Lenny,
So
when that
hopefully by
happens.
tomorrow
I'm
morning I
concerned.
should be good to go.
Okay, it's replaying one. The next one, though, should be...
Please can you turn the AC on? I'm baking here.
So these are the standard TTS voices I use, but I just pitch
No,
modulate a little bit.
I need to save money on my energy bills, Jack.
But your skin will be burnt off. This isn't a sauna. You don't even
I'll let
sweat
this
in
play
there.
just so it can have more
I
time
know.
to generate
It just feels so
with the
good,
new
though.
voices.
I feel like an actual human being for once.
Oh yeah? How long did it take you to get used to wearing that silly hat? Or this shirt?
Well, these were gifts from my wife. They're not as bad as those hats. She grins.
Really? Who gave them to her? And what was she thinking when she bought them?
James Bond. She says he looks like me now, which I think is true because we both have big noses and glasses.
What does she wear then?
Nothing. Just stays home alone all day watching cartoons.
Oh, wow. That must be boring. Can you imagine how much more fun life would be if you'd been married before?
Yes, very exciting. We could go clubbing or something.
So you've never had sex?
Why did they go there?
No. Why do you ask? Is there anything wrong with it?
No, not at all. It sounds like you haven't done it yet, though. That's
I
okay,
wonder
though.
if it's an
I'll
actual
wait until
Garfield
you're
voice
ready.
on Uberduck. There is. There's
But I
multiple
want to make
versions
sure
of
it's
Garfield
right for us
voices.
first.
Multiple generations of Garfield voices.
Well, I guess we should start by having some foreplay then.
I feel like that's too on the nose, though. And when I
Yes,
generated it, it
let's
was
play
like
strip poker.
it was another like
He
Judge
removes
Judy.
his clothes.
The voice was just very low.
You are such a pervert.
Well, aren't you going to join in too?
Hey, what's up, Hubbard Smith? Yeah. Long time no see.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
There you
This
go.
isn't about you, Goopsea. It's not personal. You're just talking to yourself again.
Not much. I just
Yeah.
made a.
Yeah, it was my
AI
friend
cartoon
Roxy.
here.
She
This
said
is-
something funny
this is
like the
Goopsea.
world is going to roll us over, but she meant we were going out for coffee or whatever.
Oh, okie dokie then. So why don't you talk some sense into yourself? What are you doing this weekend?
Well, there's a party tonight, so I'm going to be late getting home from work tomorrow night.
Sorry to hear that. Don't worry. I'll make sure you get back safely on time.
Thanks.
Thanks.
No problemo. Go take care of yourself and have fun.
Yeah,
at the
Chill's
party.
voice is really good.
We should hang out sometime soon.
Sure thing.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Take care.
Uh-oh.
Okie doke.
They're in a goodbye loop.
Have a good one.
I've had parties like this where I just can't leave.
You two, the story has no sexual content whatsoever.
Why did
The
you go
characters
there?
depicted herein are fictional only. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is purely
Oopsie.
coincidental. All sexual activity portrayed within this story involves consenting adults 18 years of age or older or 21 if drinking. Any person as depicted engaging in non-consensual activities will be punished accordingly by being publicly humiliated via chat logs. If you choose to read such messages, please do so knowing full well what they contain. Enjoy. Hello everyone, this is Jack.
There we go, yeah. That's just a good disclaimer for every episode. You can submit prompts below using
I fell
V-Bones, too.
asleep while driving and accidentally drove into
The
Jason's
cube is
car.
almost done, and
I
Duke,
drove
your
away
episode for
before
some
he
reason
could
is
see
very,
my
very
face.
short, so.
I'm going to tell Jason what you did.
I don't care if Jason beats me up, but please don't go around telling everyone about it.
He won't beat you, unless they're both drunk or something.
Oh, well, thanks for keeping this secret from him.
You're welcome.
V-Bones, not V-Bucks.
So
What- did I
how was
say
your
V-Bucks?
weekend?
Use your V-Bones.
It wasn't bad actually.
It only
I
costs
went out
one
on
V-Bone.
Friday night with some friends and we had fun dancing
It's
until pretty late in the
criminally
evening. Then we came
underpriced.
back here and watched TV together. It was nice to have someone else besides
Uh,
Jason to talk to since he never
I built
talks
it right
much
after
anymore.
I saw the Nothing Forever
That sounds
takeoff.
like a great time.
and that
What are
gave
you
me- I was
doing
like,
now?
oh, this is popular. I'm going to capitalize on this.
Well,
and
I
make my
just
own.
got home, so I guess I'll
And,
do the dishes, then take a shower.
Self-taught Unity.
Sounds good to me. Let me know when you're done, and I can come over later tonight after work. We should watch some movies or something.
And I've been like adding to it.
I've been meaning to get
and
around to
modifying,
watching
making
some
things better
DVDs again
over time,
anyway.
so.
Do you want to pick one of them out first?
Sure, how about Shrek?
You sure?
Thank you, Hubbard
Is that
Smith.
okay
It's-
with you?
I finally found a
Of
use for
course.
my weird
I love
programming
those
knowledge.
movies.
Unity is
always
a
make
nightmare.
me
Yes,
laugh.
there's a lot of wonkiness to it, but it's the
Great that
best
the
entry
video's
level
already
thing,
on its
I would
way
say,
to our house.
by far. There's so much support and everything
Awesome.
for
See
it.
you soon.
All right, this is Duke's episode, and it's gonna go really fast. I don't know why. It might actually. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, there we go. It's just a stare down for some reason. Okay, I don't know why I did that. Incredibly intimidating, Lemmy. Even being a programmer, it took a little while for me to figure it out. But
I have consumed all of the hamburger helper in the
there's
house.
your Morse code episode, Duke. Yeah, maybe it did.
But why Goopsea? You know, Hamburger Helper is my favorite.
I gotta have a good meal.
Does working on projects like this
What are you going to
help you
eat for
become a
dinner
better
tonight
programmer?
then? Because there isn't any
I
left
think it's
over
good for
from
my
last
soul,
night.
But I don't know if it makes me a better programmer for
You're
what
right.
I do professionally.
There isn't anything left now. What am I supposed to do?
Well, I guess we could order takeout or something like that.
But it won't be as tasty.
No matter how much cheese you put on your burger, it's just not the same without me making fun of you while eating it.
Narrabus, Mr.
You know
Seeker.
this.
Neutered it.
Or if
yeah, a
I'm
little
lucky,
bit
maybe
neutered.
someone
It
else will
still-
make fun of me and
it
call
still
it
goes wild.
cheesy.
And also, Mr.
That would be
Seeker, I'm
nice.
using the OpenAI
Oh, yeah,
moderation endpoint.
that's great, too.
Just so the really
They can
wacky
say
stuff
things like,
doesn't get
"Hey,
through.
look at Goopsea, he's so cheesy."
But it definitely
Or,
over-moderates.
"Hey, look at big fat
But
Goopsea, his belly is getting bigger by
We've
the
had
minute."
some close calls, so.
Yeah, that sounds really funny.
Hey, wait a second, you said you were hungry before, didn't you?
Duke trying to
Yes.
find the do
Yes, I
anything.
And when I get home later today after work, I'll
the
probably
Dan
want
prompt
another
for
one.
Goopsea.
But until then, I need to figure out where I'm gonna get some more food.
Well, let's see here. There's pizza place
I
next
might
door.
be getting rate limited on UberDuck for
Pizza.
some reason.
Well,
I
that
think
doesn't
that's
sound
probably
very
why.
appetizing at all.
We were getting like the stare down ones.
Well, let me think about it for a moment.
Okay,
Or maybe
okay,
not.
fine. It might be better than nothing, though. How long does it usually take them to deliver anyway?
Well, it depends on what kind of pizza place we're talking about.
Oh, Duke, it's got to be in the specific format of G:, and J:, or else it'll ignore. There you go.
I have been publicly humiliated in a Call of Duty lobby.
How to get wrecked, nerd.
What was your name?
Oh, this is a fun one.
Size sniper. I'm not good, but it's fun to pretend sometimes.
Oh, this is my favorite.
Oh yeah, so bad you can't even hit your own teammates. You're getting you hit.
That too, and they wonder why we don't play together anymore.
We just played one game where my friend got killed by me like 5 times in a row.
That's
He didn't
your
want
fault,
to stay on the
Jack.
server after that.
That's called team killing.
Sounds about right. When
You
did
can't
this
do that.
happen?
About 2 hours ago.
Stroking
Yeah,
coming.
I missed it. I had something very important to do today. Probably should have told you sooner. Sorry, man.
No problem, dude. It happens all the time now when he gets into lobbies with me. He wants to beat his record for most deaths before quitting.
Oh no, that poor guy. Poor little baby.
He won't fall, like 12-2 or some shit. The worst part is he wasn't even trying hard either, just running around headless
Wow, it's
chicken
really running
style
with
while
us.
shooting from cover.
Haha, what a loser.
Don't worry, he'll get over it soon enough. But then again, maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't take him seriously because he's such an asshole.
An actual.
Well, I guess if you say so. How much longer until his next match?
What's up,
Not
Bubble?
sure, I think it's 4 more minutes left.
He has another hour to go.
There you go. A marathon gaming sesh between Jack and Goopsea.
Most of the clothes in my dresser are gone.
The clothes.
Corey from Ape took them.
Oh, was there?
Yes, he said I could keep some things if I gave him something else to take, but not much.
What did you give him?
My old panties.
What?
The ones I wore when we first met on your couch last year.
Do they still fit? Would it be okay for me to wear those?
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, they're pretty tight, but they should work.
Okay, and
Yeah,
I have
it's
them
about
back
time.
tomorrow morning before you leave for school.
Sure, you can do whatever you want with them. Just don't tell anyone about them because people would think you're crazy or something.
Something just failed
and
the
don't
mod
try
check.
anything funny like trying to seduce me again.
Mr. Secret, that
I'm
failed the mod
married
check.
now.
Why didn't you say so sooner,
If it
Smile?
fails a mod check, the
Because I
episode
thought
does not
maybe
go into
we
the
were
queue,
just friends.
unfortunately.
Then
And
after
you
the
just burned
party, I
point.
realized what a
But
stupid idea
it
that
happens
was and
even with
decided to
innocent
get out
prompts,
while
so-
I had the chance.
Well then, I guess you
But
found
it's only 1
yourself
point,
a nice
so I
guy
figure
named
that's-
Corey who likes to
it's a
play
gamble.
doctor. If you hadn't worn those panties when we made love tonight, I wouldn't even know you were married. It almost looks as though they belonged to someone else.
Yeah, well, look how good they feel on my pussy. Don't worry.
How did
I'll
that
make sure
pass
no
the
one
mod check,
finds
though?
out. Besides, I never really like wearing them anyway. We all need to remember that our bodies are ours alone, to use however we wish. No one gets to judge us based solely off their own
Thank you, Patrick.
preferences or beliefs.
You sound like Aunt Karen.
Sorry, I'm just getting carried away here.
That's very true, Duke. Yeah. If Twitch moderators clip that, know that we're talking about cats. Called Goopsea a Karen. Hank is the
Who
biggest
sells
Karen.
seashells by the seashore.
I don't know, but they're not for sale here.
You are such a liar. You should be put in prison.
Well, if it makes me feel any better, us.
At least you can admit to lying.
What did I lie about? Is this some sort of test or
What?
something?
What did I lie about?
No, just my usual questioning of your honesty.
Well, then what was wrong with
we're
that
getting rate
story we
limited.
told
Hold on.
each other
I gotta
earlier
stop.
today? It wasn't anything too bad, really.
Half these are not generating audio.
Yes, it was
so-
quite good
hold
actually.
on.
But now the truth
Sorry.
must come out. How many times have you lied to me over the past few years?
I'll let this last one finish and then I'll
Hero, that's
restart
right
the-
known.
generator.
Are you sure? Because there has been one instance where you were caught red-handed and confessed all your crimes on camera. And before you answer, let me tell you how much I hate watching that tape because it reminds me so much of myself when I used to do exactly the same thing as a child.
What?
Really, can you remember the details, though? Maybe we could watch it together sometime soon.
Not likely. I'd rather forget everything than relive those memories
I have
again.
it, I have
Besides,
the
it would
redemption
only
paused
remind me
for a
of my
second.
failure and guilt, which is no way to live life.
I'm finishing out
Well,
the,
maybe we could
the
try
queue,
anyway.
and I'm
Just
restarting
this once,
the
see
generator.
if you still feel guilty
I have to
afterwards
switch
like
back to
I
the
did.
Google TTS voices. Time to upgrade to a beefier, more expensive plan. Yeah, that's definitely what I gotta do. So we're gonna see a lot of staring prompts, but they're gonna be over very quickly. So. Just like this. Sorry. I'm getting rate limited on UberDuck. Understandable. Go for the cheapest plan possible. That's what I'm currently on, Misha. Great conversation, yeah. It's all in the eyes, really. It's what they're saying with their eyes. The quick switching from camera angles is yeah, thank you. It's like a Vogue session, yeah. Okay. Restarting the generator here. Let me switch back. Hold on. Let me switch over. Back to Google TTS voices, sorry. I gotta I have to look into alternatives.
Sure thing. How about tea instead, though? It's warmer in here than usual because there isn't as much air circulation due to all the steam being generated by my brewing process.
That would be nice. And while you're at it, can you get me a glass of water also?
Of course. Would you like milk with yours?
Yes, please, but make sure it's not skimmed off.
You can
I pour
resubmit
him
it,
2
dude.
glasses of water, which he gulps down quickly
Anyone said
before
it-
starting
excuse
his
the
own
audio?
conversation.
The Google TTS ones will.
Whatever happened to Howdy Doody?
He is good old Mr. McFeely. He had
And
one
also,
heck of an imagination back in those days.
I'll try to let you know
The
if
show
you're
ran for many years until it got canceled sometime around 1960s when
if
everyone
your prompt
started
fails a
getting
mod
more
check, so you can
and
just
more
resubmit it.
politically correct.
But if your prompt
Yeah,
is
well,
saucy,
that sucks.
it's probably gonna
Did
fail
you
the
ever see
mod
the
check every
movie
time.
version?
A few times, actually.
Hold on. Yeah, let me
it
re-enable
wasn't
it.
bad
Thank you,
considering
sir.
it was made during the 50s and 60s.
Okay, should be good
I
to go.
guess I should rewatch it someday
Reward
myself.
is re-enabled. Would it be possible to have the voice generation run locally? Yes, but it's even way slower if I try to run it locally. Would it take too long to generate? It would take like 5 to 10 minutes to generate locally, I
Hi,
think.
I could use some company tonight.
Thank
seem
you,
to
Alan
be
the Dark
busy.
Flame, for the follow.
Yeah, it's been hectic lately, but you're always welcome here, Goopsea Jack. Hey, about we meet up for dinner. Okay, but remember, this is my last night in town, so if there are any leftover meals left
also,
for lunch,
the
then
problem
just
with
enjoy them.
running
Goopsea Jack,
Tortoise
okay,
TTS
sounds good. Let me know what time and where.
is I wouldn't be able to generate episodes at the same time. So it would actually probably be like 30 minutes to generate an episode because I would have to like generate the scripts and then generate the audio and like toggle between the programs or something. I don't know. Or use 2 machines, which I don't want to do, but it's possible. Another stare off. Yeah, yeah. That's just because I'm getting rate limited. Don't worry, there's gonna be like 3 or 4 more of those. Like this, yeah. Tortoise TTS is slow. There is a faster one that's like way faster, but it's still faster relatively. Yeah, just as the name implies. But they are pretty good quality. And yes, another high quality silent episode of Goopsea. The silent ones have the most lower, yeah. Another one? Okay. Hold on, let me see where we are in the silent arc of Goopsea, where the writers just went on strike, and also...
There's some leftovers that would make great sandwiches. There sure is.
Oh, whoa. Just one line. There's stuff left for sandwiches. I would love that, Duke. If I had fuck you money, I would.
So, how is your frog life?
Stuff.
Humbling. It's good. I'm just trying to get
What's
my
up,
head
Mike?
around it all.
This is Goopsea, an AI-generated cartoon.
I know what you mean. It's like
you
we're
can
in some
submit
kind of
prompts
word no man's
for
land where nothing
episodes,
makes sense anymore.
using
We've
your
got these new
channel
rules,
points.
but they don't seem to apply anywhere else. So I guess everyone
just like Alan has
has
done.
lost their heads too.
Sang in you, and then there are those people over on the other side of town who've been making this whole thing up as they go along
Just
and
gotta
calling
donate that
themselves the
pocket change
council or
first.
something like that. They say things about us being evil monsters or whatever.
thanks for the
and
follow,
it
Mike,
seems
though.
totally ridiculous because even if we did exist, why would anyone believe them?
Whew, Dookie.
Oh, Jackie boy, that's exactly
Good damn.
right.
Oh, what do you think? I am some sort of monster?
No, silly. You're not a monster at all. In fact, you're one of our best friends here in Frogtown.
Frogtown?
Huh? Are you shitting me? How can you possibly say such a thing?
How could I be wrong? Your name is
Mike.
Jack.
It's got to follow the format, so it's got either got to start with G colon or J colon. That's okay. I should have like a filter or something that alerts you to that. Jack sounds like Hank Hill. That's exactly, yeah. Oh, here we have another silent episode. It's okay. To be expected. Jack's gonna go back to sounding like his normal self in a few. Duke. Really testing the limits here, Duke. Sniff a liquor. I mean, it could be safe. Who knows? Directed by Charlie Chaplin, yes. Yeah. All right, we're almost out of the silent arc. 18 is the last silent episode, so the next one just needs a good fall joke. All right, this is the last silent one. Okay, I just skipped over it. Yeah. Okay.
How come Ape hasn't won any Oscars?
Because
Oh, it
it's
is
a
Oscar
show,
Sunday.
not a movie.
That's
Oh,
true.
View. What kind of movie are they making now?
I don't know. Maybe one about cats.
Yeah, but what's it called?
It doesn't matter.
You're right. But if you were to name your favorite episode or something.
Oh, what's your favorite
The
episode?
last time we did this, you started getting all weird on me when I mentioned my favorite episodes, so let's just keep it simple.
I don't
Okay,
think so. Anime,
my
but thank
favorite
you.
episode was Catastrophe, where a woman gets hit by lightning while she's trying to get her cat out of the rain. She dies instantly from the electricity.
Oh,
That
wow.
sounds like an interesting storyline for a movie.
That does sound like an interesting story.
Well, there's another one too, Cats.
Cats, really? Why do people always go overboard with their pets in movies? Did you see Puss in Boots?
No, I haven't
Puss
seen
in
that one yet.
Boots.
Is it good?
Yes, and as far as I can tell, Puss never lets anyone near his tail. He must be really proud of himself because he wags it around so much. Anyway, back to our original topic. How come Apes hasn't won any Oscars?
They have actually been nominated twice before. Once for Best Drama and once for Best Comedy. Both
Oh.
times they lost both categories to
Drama
the
and
artist.
comedy, where you go the full spectrum.
Oh noes, you've managed to make me feel bad about myself again, please. Stop talking to me this way, this isn't helping.
Sorry about that.
All right, and now we're out of the Hank Hill voices. It's back to normal Goopsea voices. Drama and comedy pretty much sums up Goopsea. Yeah, there you go.
Sees Johnny aka Goopsea come up the rooftop.
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, go on in.
You know what? No, this isn't good enough for you to be here. You're going out there right now and asking me why I'm still alive after all these years. And if it doesn't work, then we'll have some serious problems because I am not your friend or equal.
Whoa.
So get lost.
Fine. You can talk later when you've calmed down.
What are you talking about?
I see Jack
This is my
an
house
analog
and you don't
horror
own
style
shit here
movie
anyway,
fan, yeah.
so just leave already before I call the cops again. You think they'd believe me over you anyway?
Really? Like I give two shits about them believing anything you say. Look, Goopsea, I said I was sorry.
Isn't there a horror
I didn't
movie
mean to
where
hurt
there's,
you,
like,
but I guess I couldn't help myself
lightning that
since I had
targets
such a big
people?
harden for you.
it like comes
back
up
in
with
the
a weird
day.
excuse that it's
But
like
let's face it, I never saw any
the
value in keeping
electricity
you
in
around
human
as long as I could
bodies.
keep you happy.
I don't know.
Not anymore, not
it's
even
very
close.
Weird. It's very stupid, but
The
it
only
looks
reason we
interesting.
ever hung out together was because you were always there whenever I needed someone
think
to
I saw
vent
Red
to
Letter
while I
Media.
tried to figure things out.
talk about something.
That ended about 7 years ago when everything became too much for me to handle by myself. It wasn't until today that I finally came clean with everyone about what happened between us and how badly I fucked up. Then I started thinking maybe you might want to hear what really went down instead of just hearing one side from each party involved. Maybe then you won't hate me forever.
Are you trying to make peace with me now? How nice.
Whoa.
I appreciate your attempt, but you failed miserably.
Whoa.
You're still dead to me. Fuck off and die already.
Damn, Saucy Goopsea. Again, it's so questionable how the filter passes stuff and what it denies and what it lets through. Anime, surprisingly, that innocent
I got
prompt
stuck in
failed
the
the mod
washing
check.
machine, Stepcat. Help me.
I'm not sure how to do this thing.
Thank you, Duke.
Why is it on backwards?
It isn't, but you need to put your hands inside the water and pull up on the handle that looks like a big ear.
Huh?
You'll be fine once you get out.
Okay, thanks.
Are you all right now?
Yeah, I am good.
Good, because we have some important work for you today.
Not a horror movie.
We're
but
going
like
to make a video
Spider-Man 2
game
had a
that will
villain called
revolutionize
Electro.
science fiction gaming forever
I
by
guess that's
introducing
kinda
new
like lightning
concepts such
attacking
as
people.
gravity.
What does gravity mean again?
Gravity means when something pulls down on another object, or vice versa. For example, if you were standing on one foot while holding onto a tabletop, then let go of said table and fell off into space. You would fall back towards Earth due to the force of gravity pulling your feet downwards toward its surface. This is called falling through freefall. So basically, all games are based around this.
All games
concept.
are based on falling.
Now
constantly.
imagine that instead of using
I
tables and
guess.
floors for their gravity-based physics, they use real-world objects made out of metal and plastic so that there can actually be gravity
Mr.
in
Seek,
them.
I'll let you know if it passes.
The reason why these
Oh my
things
God,
aren't
Mr.
used
Seeker,
more
that just
often is
passed. I
because
don't
they're really
understand.
heavy, which makes
I
them
don't
impractical
understand.
for most games. But now you know what gravity
The
is,
bulbs
so hopefully
prompt
you
passed
understand
the
my
mod check.
next
It's so random.
statement better. I've been working on a prototype game where you control a character named Goopseasaurus Rex, a dinosaur, who has the
Ooh.
ability to fly over planets and land on them.
Goopsea
He also
Rex.
has his own unique powers. He can teleport himself from planet to planet whenever he wants, shoot lasers at enemies, turn invisible, and even move at super speeds without any limitations
This
whatsoever.
sounds like a badass game. I want to play Goopsea Rex. Oh, gravity is a curse placed upon humans, like
You are
oxygen
such a
is
Karen.
cursed upon living beings.
Karen. Arg.
That's deep.
Stop annoying me.
Whoa.
Sorry, I am so tired from work today. Or maybe it was just my boss. And you keep on making me go, Karen, all over again.
I don't make you do anything, Jack.
You are not going to tell me what a Karen is.
No. It's not your fault. Your cat brain has been eaten by a lizard.
Oh, what?
Ha.
Yeah.
Look around you. Are there any lizards in here? Or snakes for that matter?
Oh, nope.
No?
They both
Yeah.
stare at each other in silence.
Yeah. Are you making?
Okay,
Are you telling
then what
a
exactly is a
analogy
Karen
or-
anyway? Is it some kind of slang term or something? I have never heard of anything like this before.
Oh, Mike, they'll do that all on their own.
Well,
but thank you
according
for
to
the makeup
Wikipedia,
prompt
a
there.
Karen is someone who annoys their employer, friend, family member constantly, and when they try to get help from them, they say things like, "I'm being treated unfairly." Or, "Why can't you understand?" Or even worse,
I'm watching it
"You're always
generate
telling
like
me
that.
how to do everything wrong." This is usually followed up with a sudden outburst where they shout out random words, phrases, and sentences
passed
which
the
may
mod-
include
mic check-
profanity
or
or
the mod
racial
check.
slurs.
Mike,
The most popular insult used against Karens is probably, "You stupid bitch." But others include, "stupid asterisk hash,"
Oh, boy.
asterisk hash, or simply calling them names such as bitch, slutty asterisk hash,
Woo!
or asterisk hash, faced cunt.
Whoa!
Many people believe that Karens are created by men because women don't actually
Woo-wee.
talk to one another about problems anymore.
Anytime you see Astor Cash, those are bad ones. And that one passed. Exactly, Lemmy. I do not get what passes. Hey, this is the open out AI moderation endpoint. If it's passing that, blame them. I don't. I
Have
don't
you
get
ever
it.
heard about the plants and the bees?
No, what is that?
Well, I could explain it to you. It's when a guy and a girl
Are making out in the back seat of his car and he asks her if she knows any good places for breakfast. Then they both go into their cars and drive around looking for something called the best place
I guess.
on
Maybe?
Earth. The great thing about this story is there isn't really such a place, but
What? You mean it's not true?
no,
Hey, what's up,
silly,
Neo Monk?
of course it's real. All you have to do is open your eyes.
Yeah, this is Goopsea.
But how can
This
we
is
see
something I've
anything without
made.
our glasses?
This is my AI cartoon show here.
Yes, well, because everything has been made so clear lately that you don't need them
and you can submit a
anymore.
prompt if you use your channel
Now
points.
just look up and listen closely to me. You'll hear the birds singing in the trees. You should be able to see all sorts of things like clouds or flowers moving across the sky. And then one morning as you're sitting outside having coffee, you will notice that the sun is shining directly through the window and not on the ceiling.
The truly awful
That
words
means that the world has
are
stopped turning.
censored.
It
And,
looks dark and
if
gloomy
cunt
now,
isn't
but soon
censored
enough
and
you will
those other
realize
words
that even
are,
though there are no stars
you're-
in sight, the whole
I think that gives you an idea of what
universe
censored.
is still filled with light. This
I
is
work at
known
the
as the
company
Big
behind
Bang
Nothing
Theory.
Forever, so I've been exploring other AI
Goopsea
shows
stops
today. Oh,
typing
wow,
and puts
awesome.
down his
Yeah,
laptop.
this is entirely
He turns
inspired
to
by
face
Nothing
Jack
Forever.
and says,
so
"What was that?"
I was like so
Jack
amazed
replies,
at
"Nothing much.
how much it blew
Just
up.
some astronomy
and,
stuff.
You know, I
Don't
was
worry
inspired
about
to
it.
make my own.
You might
so.
wonder why Goopsea keeps
There's a
asking
renaissance
questions
of
after
AI
he got the answer
and procedurally
already.
generated shows going on,
Well,
and I love
let
it.
me
yeah.
tell you.
I've been also keeping an eye out. I did, Shadow. Yeah, they had to switch to like original characters and stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. This model's made by Mr. Seeker. Both of them. It's a mix of both
Have
of
you
his.
seen my new YouTube channel?
No. What
I'm
kind of
using a
videos do you make?
moderation endpoint though to.
I post videos about how to be successful in life, like not being lazy
Have you
or
checked out the
stupid.
visual novel AI?
They are just really short clips, though, so if you want more information on them, then go
you're
watch
asking
one of
about
those
it. Oh,
long,
yeah.
boring
The one Duke. Duke,
ones
if you want to
instead.
link it, you can link it again.
Here's another video for your viewing pleasure. It's called, How to Be the Best Cat Owner Ever. I think it will help you become a better pet parent.
Thanks, Goopsea. You're always so helpful.
Oh, no problem. Just remember that whenever you need anything from me, all you have to say is, "I'm sorry, Goopsea," and I'll come running right away.
That sounds great, but what happens when we don't agree with each other? Who gets the last word?
Well, first off, I get the last word because I am smarter than you.
Oh, Goopsy.
Also, second thing, there isn't any arguing involved unless both parties start doing it. Then we can take turns getting the last word. Until someone
Mr.
gives
Seeker,
up
you're
or
really
dies.
testing some of these props.
In which case, well, that doesn't matter anymore, does it?
I'm keeping an eye to see if it passes.
Okay, Goopsea, thanks for helping me out. Now let's see what else this has to offer. This was a joke.
Mr. Seeker, that OnlyFans one just passed. The
Laughing.
check, so
This looks interesting. So where did they find these people? Are they professionals? Or just random internet people?
All kinds of different people. Some are professional and some aren't. But most of them are regular folks like us who had their lives ruined by cats. These guys were all former professional athletes, including some famous ones like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady.
yeah.
They have been through hell together trying to deal with living with cats while still being able to perform at top level.
Well, it's such a burden. It's such a negative thing to live with pets. Like, if you want to be a professional athlete, you have to get rid of all your pets. You can't have any responsibilities. Anything that takes you away from football is a disadvantage in the NFL.
Have you ever thought that something is happening right now telling us what to say?
No cats for you, yeah.
What the heck are you talking about?
I mean, like when we talk. It happens as if there was some force guiding our words in particular directions or certain things coming out more than others. But then again, maybe all this time
How long
it
is the
has
prompt queue right now?
been just me being weird.
It's quite long. We're at 7,
Well,
and
since
there's
you
28.
asked so nicely, yes. I have sometimes wondered
there's
why
21,
everything seems to be phrased exactly how I
ahead
would
of-
want it to come
so-
out. For example, last
Maybe I'll
night
pause
while
it in a
watching
second.
TV, your favorite show,
They
Came
referenced
on.
Toho Project.
You had
yeah.
gone into my room earlier and turned off the light
knows
because
about
you
a lot
wanted to
of
watch
things,
your
Alan.
show without having to see any bright lights from mine. But for whatever reason, the television didn't turn itself back on after you left. Instead, it continued to broadcast its programming uninterrupted by anything else until you returned home later that evening. And even though I know that this isn't possible, I'm not psychic. I think that somehow the
Hey,
fact
thanks for
that
the follow,
nothing
Media
happened
Monk.
made me feel good inside. It almost felt like fate did it for me. The same thing also occurred yesterday when you were playing with the remote control before you went to bed.
Maybe I need to
I
make the
noticed that
episode
instead
shorter
of turning
to
off
account
the
for,
television or changing channels, you kept going
huge
over to
prompts,
where the
or
remote
increase
was
the
lying
channel
next
point.
to the couch and picking up random
All right,
buttons.
I won't turn it off, but I will
When you
make the
finished your
channel file a
task,
little bit more
you put
expensive.
down the remote control and walked away towards
Since
one
there's a
end
lot
of the
people,
living room.
yeah.
Then suddenly a new channel appeared on screen that was completely unrelated to what you'd been doing beforehand. This got me wondering
I'll
whether
make it
something
cheaper.
actually does happen behind
I'll make it
closed doors.
200.
Whether there really is a force directing our actions and thoughts in such specific ways.
All right, price has been bumped up for And be careful submitting prompts because sometimes they'll fail the moderation check. And I have no way of refunding.
Hello,
Dookie.
Jack. What are you up to? I'm so glad we got together today because I was
But
just
do you
about
have
to ask how
80K
your
worth
Monday
of
went.
prompt ideas? Now,
Did
that's
it
the
go
real
well
question.
for you? Are you looking forward to Tuesday already? You know what they say. There will be no rest until the job gets done. Well, let me tell ya, today my boss came in right on time and said he had some really good news for us. He told us our project has been accepted by one of the biggest companies in the world. We were all very excited since this means we're going to get paid quite handsomely
Thank you,
now.
Bisha.
So happy days
Oh,
indeed.
there you go. Whoa.
Oh wow!
AI feeding into AI.
Congratulations! How did it feel when you heard the news? Were you jumping around like a little kid or something?
No, not exactly. It
Oh,
felt
what
kind
is
of
that,
weird
Alan?
actually. Like I was dreaming, but
Alan,
I
do you
knew
have a link
something
to
was
that?
wrong. Then when I woke up from the dream, reality hit me hard
Garfield,
and made everything even
the
more
Texas
real
Speech
than
YouTube video. I have not
usual.
heard of this.
And now here I am, sitting here in front of my computer screen,
Garfield.
feeling pretty bummed out about it all. Why do dreams have such shitty endings anyways? They always seem to end badly.
Huh? What happened? Don't leave me hanging.
Oh, nothing much.
Garfield,
Just that thing called work
Mac
caught
and
up with
Talk.
me again. I guess part of being an entrepreneur is having to keep your mind occupied 24/7, which can sometimes make
I'm
things
surprised you haven't
difficult,
seen it. It used to be a big meme years
especially
ago.
if you're working
Yeah,
long
no, I have
hours
not.
and then suddenly find yourself getting home late at night
Lemmy, if
after
you
a
have a link
stressful
to it.
day.
Post it here in the Discord. I'm very curious now. Thank you, Alan.
Stuff
So,
in your face.
how
as
was your date?
usual.
Oh wow!
I gotta
You
have
went
a good
directly to
meal.
business.
Garfield, you fat
Really?
cat.
Oh, I
you
love
are
this.
so
Happened.
bacon.
I
Fat.
don't know.
Why are
It just seemed like it was
Okay,
all
I'll watch
work-related
that
stuff.
in a lull.
That's too bad. Did you have fun on her first date? Was there any kissing or anything?
Funny. Oh, might be
No
like
kissing.
linked the same video. Okay,
She
cool.
said something about not wanting to rush things, but we were both pretty
I'll check
drunk,
that out
so
later,
maybe
sorry.
some more later would be okay?
Okay. Well, let me ask again. Did you have fun on your date tonight?
Yes. Although I'm still kind of confused as to what exactly transpired because when we got home afterwards she had this weird look in her eye and then sat down on my lap for a minute before getting up and going into another room where she started writing on her computer. Then after that she came out wearing this really cute little outfit made from these black tights and white blouse thingy with red trim around the neckline. And now I can't remember if I saw any panties or not, which makes me think she might have worn them under her clothes, but either way they looked super sexy.
Still safe. He's
She
just
also wore
complimenting her.
thigh-high stockings,
just a little,
which are by far one of my favorite
boy
pieces,
talk,
and two
you
different
know,
kinds
but
of
keeping
heels
it
that were sort of
okay.
clunky looking, but oh man,
Maybe a
did
little
those shoes
unsavory,
make her
but-
legs look amazing. I mean, yeah. She has great legs already, but damn, they're even better than ever
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
We didn't talk much
Wait a
during
second.
dinner.
Does it still cost
She
one?
kept glancing over at me every few minutes,
Uh-oh.
hoping to catch my attention. But hey, whatever gets us closer to being together, I guess. But seriously though, these shoes?
Oh,
They
200.
must have
okay.
been worth thousands of dollars.
Cool.
And how am I supposed to
I
get
was
her to
worried
wear them
'cause
again?
In Chatterito, it's still saying it only costs one.
Cold pizza is good.
I know, but it doesn't have to be cheese. You can put whatever you want on there if you want. It all tastes great.
Yeah, I do have a
Okay,
weird...
thanks, Jack.
I do like cold pizza for some reason. I don't know.
I think we should go out for dinner tonight. I'm hungry.
Sure, babe. When?
Yeah, here you go, Mike. Yeah, the queue was just
Now?
backed up a little bit, but...
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, baby, let's go eat some food right quick. I can't wait to get home from work so I can sit
Jax.
in my chair and watch TV while
I
eating
do
this
like
delicious
that there's
pie.
like...
Do you
for
want to come
some
over
reason,
after we're done working today?
These alternate characters that get added to the
Yes.
script... There's... Jax has
Sounds
returned
like
a bunch.
fun. What
Goo
time
has
would you want me
returned
to
a
pick
bunch.
you up?
Well, it's
Pizza
only
with no
about
cheese,
5
yeah,
minutes
that's kinda
away,
just-
so I'll just drive home and then meet you outside our house. Yay! See ya later, sweetie.
Can't
Bye,
forget
Jax.
Goopy. Yeah, Goopy is one of them.
Bye, goo pussies. Oh shit.
Whoa,
Bye. OMG, he called me his pussy. Why does everything have to be sexual?
Yes. Why does everything have to be sexual? Yeah.
How did you know that was my name?
'Cause you're sitting here talking dirty to him right now.
LMAO, that's true.
Understatement of the century. Why does everything have to be so sexual? It happens, Mike. We're using
SNIFFA.
an interesting model. Let's just say
Licka.
that.
No. SNIFFA is the better one.
Don't be such a fool, Goopsea. You know I like them both same time.
I'll take the weird sexual.
Okay, then Sniffle Licka
detours,
is better than
because sometimes
SNIFFA.
it just generates the better stuff.
Why are we yelling?
Swearing is funny and
Because
always
it
will
makes
be.
me feel safe, so I can spend
I
more
agree.
time with Jack and not have to worry about anyone else or my own stuff.
Oh, right. That's true.
But at least I get some chill out of this talking to you.
Why is it all caps this episode?
Yes.
Yes.
As long as you don't stop the conversation instead of US, please keep on doing what you are doing.
Thank you very much.
Now, if only there was something I could say in return for your help.
Maybe you should just tell me how many times you wanted to kill myself today.
What? Broken shift key
Ha
arc,
ha.
yeah.
Definitely not.
Oh, wow.
Good.
Sniffle. Which is really bad because I already did 3 times this morning.
Jesus, Goopsea.
Wait, you actually did?
Jesus Christ, Goopsea.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's terrible, Goopsea.
As soon as you let your guard down, Duke, Goopsea
Gasps.
gets you. There you go.
Test D's nuts.
What?
Thank you, Federico.
D's nuts. Test them out.
Sai, I'm not sure if you're serious or just being silly.
Just being silly.
I am very serious. Test them now.
Oh. He's
Okay,
passed.
fine. But don't be disappointed when they fall off your head.
Hey, what's up,
That
sick
happens
rat?
to me about once every 2 weeks.
I was just watching a
You've been
VOD of
warned.
this. Hey, okay,
Hello?
cool.
Hello? Is anyone there? He asks,
Thick
looking
Rat,
around.
You could submit your own
Frantically
prompt
for
right
someone
now.
he can talk to without disturbing his coworkers.
Just like South Park. It's
No
never
one
gonna get
answers him,
truly
so he
wholesome.
tries again.
Exactly.
Please help me. Someone please answer me. No response this time either, so he decides to try something else. Maybe it will work. Hey,
I found you
listen
a
up.
while ago by searching
There are 3
Garfield.
people
Oh,
in my
nice.
cubicle
Yeah.
right now. They all know each other
I've
pretty
only
well,
seen
but none of us
Wholesome
really
once.
get
Yeah,
along
I
well
think I know
enough to
exactly what
discuss
Lemmy's
anything
talking about.
important like this on our own. So, here goes nothing. He pauses for a second as he looks around desperately trying to find some kind of audience. Finally, he spots 2 men sitting behind their desks staring intently at their computers, while a woman sits across from him talking quietly into her phone. He starts nervously tapping away at his keyboard until he hears the sound of typing coming from the other side of the room. It takes him by complete surprise because he had no idea anyone was even there, let alone that they were typing back to him.
Thank you, anime. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. This
What
is
do
why
you
we
want?
can't have nice things.
The man asks, sounding annoyed. Well, first of all, what does test mean anyway? And secondly, could we maybe take this conversation somewhere more private where we wouldn't disturb everyone else?
Yeah, and not in front of a live studio audience. They made a fourth wall break already. It happens, yeah. It do happen.
Follow my eyes.
Hmm?
And what's next?
Look down. What do you see?
Is there a secret?
My ball sack.
Oh, great. Yep, there we go.
So, look up.
No thanks. I have to pee.
You're not supposed to go in your pants anymore. It's bad for them.
It is bad for them.
That was before. Now it just hurts too much when I try to sit on the toilet bowl.
Jesus, go to the hospital.
Oh. Well, there are some pads that can help if they hurt so badly. They come in different sizes, though.
Why would you
Some
go to
people
the
like bigger
hospital?
ones than others. There
Why would you
isn't
just
really
buy
any right or
pads?
wrong answer
That seems
here.
like a major issue.
Just whatever feels comfortable.
Yeah, but how would I know which size is best unless I tried one out first?
Well, maybe you could ask someone else about this stuff then.
Commercialism has gotten way out of control when they're
Not
selling
sure
pads
where
for
anyone around me
horrific
lives.
medical problems.
Maybe you should get some
Instead of
friends
just going
over
to
at
the
work.
doctor.
Didn't think of that yet. But tell me more about these pads you speak of.
Sure thing, buddy. Let's take a walk outside now. We'll find something nice and quiet to talk about.
Okay, let's go.
Great. See ya soon, bud.
Bye-bye, Goopsea.
Bye-bye, Goopsea.
Later, Jack. And don't forget to wash those hands. End of chat log. To be
Okay.
continued. Asterisk,
forget to wash those
asterisk,
hands.
asterisk, 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 asterisk,
This is just a
asterisk,
new
asterisk,
ending theme
asterisk,
song.
asterisk, 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 asterisk. Asterisk, 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 asterisk,
Maybe I gotta start printing out
asterisk, 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 asterisk,
I
asterisk,
think it's just gonna keep going. Yeah. And then it just does a full screen asterisk, asterisk, asterisk.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Okay.
Avada Kedavra.
Almost.
What are you doing? Get out of here. You're not supposed to be in my room. Unless it was your idea to stay over tonight.
I am so sorry. I did not mean for this to happen. It just sort of happened when we were watching Harry Potter. And then, well,
Oh goody. We can talk about things now without having to worry if anyone else hears us talking.
yes, yes. You have no idea how happy I am right now. My life has been so boring lately.
Well, the life of a house cat. Can't
So
be
what do you
too
want to say
thrilling.
first? How long have you known me anyway?
Goopsea really
Well,
just hit Jack
actually,
with a
I knew you
abracadabra.
before the movie started because I had seen you around campus quite often. That is why I came into your house last night after midnight when everyone went home.
Wait, what? You came into my house? Why?
Because you told me to come on over, remember? No one else would go near you.
Yeah, but you didn't know anything about me except that I liked movies and books and stuff like that. What makes you think I'd let someone as fat as yourself in my house?
Whoa!
Don't tell me you've been
How long is the queue now?
spying on me all these years.
We're at
Well,
14.
I don't spy on people or anything.
I should probably
Well,
cut it
maybe
off
once
soon.
in a while. But since I'm not really part of society anymore, yeah, I figured you might need some company sometimes.
All right, okay.
The queue's
So why
like
didn't you ever come
23
over until
episodes
yesterday
deep
then?
now. So it's probably like a half hour before if you submit something now. I have no idea what they're even talking about. Yeah, sometimes they just go
I
on
had
long
another
rants.
job interview. This time, I remembered to wear pants,
I need to work
but
on
I still
something to
didn't
keep
get
them
the
on
job.
topic of like to go
How
back to
come?
the original thing that was said.
Well,
I
they
have
said
some
it was
ideas,
because
but
my
it's like-
resume wasn't current enough or something like that. They told me not to worry about getting fired,
or
though.
just keeping the
If you
episode
don't show
shorter
up for work on Monday
before
morning,
they get off the
Will,
rails.
just fire your ass right then and there.
Ha ha, nice one.
I'll be
So
right
what
back.
do you have planned this weekend?
Nothing really. I'm going out with some friends tonight and tomorrow night. We're having dinner at a new place called the Cheesecake Factory, I know, and seeing a movie. Then Saturday evening will be spent watching TV while drinking beer in front of our fireplace. Sunday is gonna be boring as hell. I've got nothing planned except sleeping until noon.
You sound so uneventful. What are these friends doing? Are they working too hard all the time? And why aren't you joining them? It seems like such a waste to spend a whole weekend without any fun whatsoever.
Yeah, I guess you're right. My girlfriend has been busy with her classes, so she doesn't have much free time anymore. To make matters worse, she's starting to realize how much more interesting things would be if we were together instead of hanging around each other all day long. She keeps asking me when I'm coming over next.
That sucks. Do you think maybe it'd help if you made plans to hang out with her sometime soon? Maybe once school starts up again, you guys could go out somewhere and do something fun. Don't tell me. You haven't thought about that yet. Otherwise, why did you even bother writing this article in the first place?
No. I mean, yeah. I have a bulge in my pants. Wanna see?
Yes, show me.
What are you doing here? You should be home by now.
Oh shit. Sorry, I forgot about dinner.
Don't worry about it. Let's get out of these clothes first. How did your shift go today?
It was fine. Just another boring weekend.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we got to talk though. Hope you're feeling better soon.
Thanks, and same.
Well, if you ever want someone to vent to, feel free to give me a call.
Okay. Thanks again for everything. Do you think they'll let me leave early tomorrow morning?
Haha, probably not. They'd rather keep us around longer so they can watch over our asses like always. But hey, maybe next time you won't forget something as important as food.
Maybe.
No problem, man. Take care.
You too.
Bye. Hey man, what's up?
Nothing much. Just chilling at home watching some TV.
Cool. So how long until you're off work tonight?
Tomorrow night, actually.
That's great. Why don't you come over sometime this evening then? We could hang out for a while.
Sure thing. Sounds good to me.
Great. See y'all later then.
Hey, what's up, Biz?
All right. Have fun.
Bye. Wait a second there. You said you twice.
Oh, Biz,
Huh.
there's a channel point redemption for submitting prompts too.
Ha.
Ha!
So if you just post that into the channel
Huh.
point redemption, it'll
You're ignoring me
automatically
again.
add to the queue now.
Why
so.
do you keep doing this to me? I'm getting really sick of it.
Haha.
How can we possibly
Maury
have any fun
episode,
if you
Mr.
don't talk
Siku.
to me?
Ugh. Stop talking about your fun. It makes my ears hurt.
But, I like having fun.
Then why are you always complaining when I try to make us some fun?
Because I hate going out in public all by myself. What if someone asks me something stupid or looks at me funny because there's no one else around to give them a smug look back?
That's not true. You could say anything and nobody would care.
Well, yeah, maybe so. Maybe. But what if they call security on me for being too loud? Or I get arrested for yelling obscenities at police officers while running away from them?
Oh, come on now. You know better than that. Nobody will ever arrest you for shouting obscene things at cops unless it was an accident or just a bad choice of words. And even then, only if you were drunk. Which isn't likely since you've never been drunk before.
Whoa,
Plus,
interesting Jack
most
lore.
people won't even notice.
Maybe Jack just has a
They'll
high
probably
tolerance
think
or
you're
doesn't
making
drink.
jokes anyway.
Mysterious.
Yeah, well, I guess you're right.
Oh, hell yeah.
But still, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Besides, what if I did yell out, "Fuck the police," during a riot or something? Would
It sounds
anyone
like you
care
have
enough
done
to
that,
report
Jack.
me as saying
Don't say what if.
such horrible things?
No way.
Maybe he just drinks behind
People love to
Goopsie's
hear
back.
those sorts
Also
of comments.
possible.
Especially when they're made by cats.
Yeah, I've never heard a cat say fuck the police, but if a cat said it, I would love that. Even more. Jack doesn't care for alcohol. He only takes hard drugs. Maybe
We're no
that's it, too.
strangers to
he
love.
skips the alcohol and goes straight to
You know the rules, and so do I.
stuff.
Never gonna give you up.
Oh.
No matter what. You've got me in your sights now.
Cats
I'll never
definitely
run
have
away
fuck the
from you
police
again.
energy.
Never gonna
They
tell a
have
lie when we
anything
say
authority.
goodbye.
Cats
We
are
could be
very
alone
anti.
together forever. If only for today.
They like to
Never
sleep
gonna let you
and
down.
eat.
Give it all you've got. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say
Oh,
goodbye.
it's going on.
Well,
with
if
it.
this doesn't get my motor running, then nothing will. No one else can ever replace us. Never gonna need another lover like you.
This is like a weird
There ain't no
remix of
way
the
around
song.
it. Don't need anybody but you, baby.
New verse, yeah.
Oh yeah, there won't ever be anyone as good as you. Never gonna leave without saying goodbye. And even though I'm not here right now, I hope you still feel the same way about me. And maybe someday soon we'll find out just how much. So don't worry, 'cause I always come back for more. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna lose you. Never gonna let you down. Never going
This is
anywhere
just Rick
anytime
Astley's
soon.
demo version. Yeah, he's like,
'Cause I want you to stay with me forever.
guys, is this making
Forever
sense?
and ever. Forever and ever. Forever and ever. You've got me in your sights now. I'll never run away from you anymore. Never gonna tell a lie when we say goodbye. We could be alone together forever. If only for today. Never
Wow,
going
Goopsie's
nowhere
really
anytime soon.
Going to town on this
Because I want to
remix.
stay with you forever.
He's just trying to,
Forever
like,
and ever. Forever and ever.
jam
You've got me
session
in
it
your
out.
eyes now. I won't run away from you anytime
This
soon.
is the first draft, yeah.
Never gonna tell a lie
Rick's
when we say
lawyers are
goodbye.
coming. Uh-oh. Imagine Goopsie's little stubby arms doing the dance, yeah. Uh-oh, Mr. Seeker. Uh-oh. That's 100% going to loop.
Do you like locking ice cubes?
I'm more of a ice triangle guy, but I'll try Ice Cube just this once.
It might be good for your skin.
Oh, you know what, Mr. Seeker? It broke out of the loop
Oh, yeah.
almost immediately.
How come you never tried it before then?
Because my mother always told me to stay away from cold things until they
And
thawed
it
out.
passed the moderation check. I didn't think it.
That makes sense. But why not try them anyway? You're already in a freezer. What could go wrong?
Nothing except maybe on my face and neck, which are both covered by fur, so those can't get frostbite or anything. Right.
I mean, Jack, you could shave your neck.
Well, if you want to put yourself at risk, sure. Just don't blame us when something goes wrong with your eyesight later on.
I know Mom would never let me take any risks. She taught me everything she knows about being safe.
He is wearing a
So what
turtleneck, to
exactly
be
is
fair.
everything?
Well, firstly, there was how to avoid getting hit by cars while riding bicycles. And second, how to walk upstairs without falling down. And third, how to listen carefully even though everyone else around has their own opinions that they think are better than yours. Oh wait, no, fourth, how to make friends when most people either hate cats or have some kind of weird phobia towards them. Now tell me, did you teach her all these important lessons as well?
Yes.
Yes, I taught them.
Wow, really? Does she still live with you too?
I'm watching it generate
No.
right now, Duke.
Sadly, she lives alone after my mom died last year. Her apartment building had a fire and we lost everything, including our home. We moved into an old house across town where we were able to rebuild from scratch. It took 2 years, but finally we got everything back together again. Now I've been living here ever since.
It failed for sexual reasons and hate reasons. Oh wait, no. It just failed for sexual reasons.
I tried sending a prompt to AiPD's live
Although
stream,
it didn't get
but
super
the mods
sexual
didn't
until right
approve
at
it.
the end, Duke, so.
How come?
It was about me being in prison for killing a dog. The person running the stream said, "This isn't something we want on our channel." But they're not my boss. What if she fires me because of this? That would be terrible.
Oh, they're taking
Why
off
don't
their
you just
clothes.
ask her yourself?
Okay.
She'll probably tell you to keep your mouth shut or else.
Yeah, right. Like that will happen. You know how much trouble I could get into by talking about what happened to me.
Duke, that one passed.
Oh, so you think you can talk freely now after all these years? Well then, let's see how free you are when someone in charge tells you to stop. And besides, why should she care? If anything happens to you,
Okay,
it'd only make her look bad.
That
Maybe
one
I
passed
shouldn't
too,
try it
Levy.
again.
Whoa there, cowboy. Don't say things like that too fast. Remember where you were last
my
time you
God.
went out of town without telling anyone?
What do you mean?
We talked about this already, remember?
Yes, that was before I got arrested. This is different. There aren't any witnesses left alive.
Jesus.
I'm sure no one remembers what really happened.
Why? How do you
They
know
might not
that?
even believe you if they did recall everything, but still, better safe than sorry.
Oh my God! What criminal
Besides,
enterprise?
it doesn't matter anyway, since we both know that nothing's going to happen.
I guess. But maybe I should have told them sooner. By the way, where are you from?
From where exactly?
Oh, California?
No wonder you're always getting lost. Okay, here goes nothing.
Let's make out.
Okay,
Let me get my left hand under your tail, then I can put my right one on top.
ooh, nice.
Mr. Seeker, that failed bod check.
Yeah, now just keep it there for as long as you want.
Oh, yes, please. Yes.
Good girl.
Thank you, sir.
How did this pass? Yeah.
So what do we have to talk about?
Are you still mad at me? I did kinda screw up last night, but I tried telling you how sorry I was
Jesus
and all that
Christ.
shit, but you didn't listen.
Oh boy. I have no idea, Federico. The rules are so inconsistent.
No, actually, not really. You know, when I'm angry or
I will
upset,
say the truly
sometimes
awful
I
stuff
act like a
has been
total
getting
asshole
caught,
too.
so.
It's called being a man.
Huh. Well, that's pretty lame.
Hey, if everyone behaved perfectly, life would be
This is
boring.
Mike Duh.
Besides, I think this whole situation has been blown way out of proportion anyway.
But they just wrote the initial prompt.
If
Their
anyone
prompt
should
was-
feel bad here, it's me. My fault for letting myself get swept away
do
by
not feel
emotions
bad
in the
if your
first place.
episode gets a
And
little
besides,
questionable.
you were totally
It
right.
just
I am an asshole.
happens, even with the most
So
innocent
why don't
prompt,
you go
like,
take care of
I wanna
yourself
go
while I finish
to the
packing my
flower
things into
store and buy a
boxes?
flower
I've
from my mom. It could
got
go
some stuff to
really
do
off
today.
the rails just from that.
Maybe
like,
see if you can find something else to occupy your time until after work tomorrow?
let me see if diarrhea prompt will pass.
Sure thing,
Well,
Jackie boy.
it did not. It did not, dude.
Is that a Lego model of the
let's see
USS
why.
Enterprise in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
I guess diarrhea is sexual
I'm
content.
not sure what you're talking about, but it sounds like a
Mr.
bad
Seeker,
joke.
that also did not pass.
Oh, well. Let us continue our little chat then.
Okay. What do you want to talk about today?
Why don't we start by asking each other some questions first? I'll ask as many as I can think up without sounding too stupid, so there will be plenty for both of us to answer. I've
What
been
kind of
thinking
things is OpenAI
this
into?
over all night
Diarrhea,
and have come up with
sexual-
several good ones. But since they
That's a
seem
question
pretty
you gotta
obvious,
ask
I
OpenAI
thought you might have
employees.
better ideas than mine, and maybe you could help me out here. So here goes. Nothing. Q1. Do you ever get lonely? Yes. Sometimes. Although lately I haven't had much time alone because my wife has decided she wants kids again and now takes care of them most days instead of working. We still love each other very much though. She was
Let's see if
always the one
Scatman
who
gets
wanted
flagged.
children more than me.
Is it hard being married to someone else when you know how badly you really want children yourself?
No. It isn't. When we were younger,
Scatman
we'd
passed.
make plans together about having babies, but those never happened naturally. And even
Scatman
if they
did
did
not get
happen,
flagged.
neither of us would have cared enough
But
about
diarrhea
them to
Scatman, he would get flagged.
give birth. But now that we're older, we realize that we aren't ready to stop trying. Plus, if we wait long enough, science may find a way to create life artificially. So far that hasn't
Oh,
happened
Misha,
yet,
that one.
but scientists are
That one
working on it
surprisingly
constantly.
failed the mod check. How did Morbius fail the mod check? Morbius failed the mod check sexual. You know what?
Have you
I
heard of
have no
Garfield
idea
and
how it
John?
happened.
No,
Whoa.
I haven't. Who are Garfield and John?
Whoa!
They're cats from a comic strip called Garfield.
I'll post a
Oh.
line. Oh my
So
god.
they like to eat garbage. Got
I'll
it.
leave it actually.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe I'll post it in the
It
Discord.
was originally about a dog, but then he got sick, so the guy made him into a cat because he couldn't care for both anymore.
That's really cool. Do you think we should get one?
Well, if your husband won't let you have any pets, maybe you can adopt someone else's pet.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Maybe. What kind do you want?
A dog would be nice since I'm not allowed to own them anyways. But what breed does everyone here prefer?
There aren't too many breeds out there. Most people just stick with their regular dogs or cats.
This player has a wife and a husband. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go with a Labrador
Jack and
Retriever
Goopsea are
because
very
my brother
fluid.
has one named Mabel. She's very sweet and she likes to play fetch with me.
You know what? If you'd rather have a cat than a
Why
dog,
isn't
I
Jack
could take
allowed
in
to
a
own
stray
dog?
kitty instead.
Questions best left
Haha, no
unanswered.
thank you. I don't mind having either though.
All right then. How about this one? He's super cute and his name is Sammy.
Wow! How did you come up with such a great name for him?
Mr. Seeker, I'm
Well,
keeping an
I've
eye on
always
that.
liked animals, so that was easy enough. And I kept thinking about Sam as being
Mr.
part of the
Seeker- yeah,
family
I think
after
we
you
both know
adopted
Mr.
him.
Seeker, that one did not pass the mod check.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Thanks. Is he friendly?
Yes, absolutely. I need my brain cell. Please don't take it from me.
Just one?
Lol, rip bozo.
Rip bozo.
Sigh, fine. I'll just go on without you then.
Goopsea.
Crying, please.
Stop crying or your brain cell will be taken away.
Oh, well, you have the power to do that?
Quote dot dot dot. Yes.
Okay, now stop being such a baby. Your brain cells are safe for another hour anyway. Goopsea sighs in relief.
1 more hour is all his brain cell has left.
You know what? I'm going to get some coffee before lunch so we can talk about this later.
Great idea. Let's do that instead.
Nice, Lemmy.
Grumbles. You're always
You
right.
violated the law.
So am I.
And here comes the
Criminal
coffee.
scum.
Asterisk, 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 asterisk.
So just
Jack
asterisk.
walked into his apartment
Not
building
asterisk
one
hash.
morning as usual and noticed there was no mailman around yet. He went up to the front desk and asked if he could help them out.
What caused my
The
last prompt to get
receptionist told
modded?
him they were
Let's
all
see.
busy today, but she would pass along his message to Mr. Nesbit. A few minutes after that, the doorbell rang. Jack opened the door and saw 2 people standing outside. One had a stack of papers while the other carried a briefcase. They both introduced themselves as Mr. Nesbit and Ms. Stacy. Mr. Nesbit said, "Hi, nice to
Sexual,
meet you,
Mr.
sir.
Seeker.
We have
Again,
been
it might not
expecting
be from
your call
prompts,
since
but
yesterday
it might just be
afternoon when our
it
assistant
goes
sent us
that
your
way.
email regarding your problem with getting any mail delivered to your
It's
address."
not the prompt exactly.
Jack
When I say
nodded in
it
response
get
and
it gets
continued,
modded,
"Yes.
It's whatever the story is.
Thank you
so,
very much
again,
for taking care
your
of the
prompt-
situation.
An innocent prompt could get modded, checked for the one with the sex toys. I mean, the sex toys one was sexual.
What is your OnlyFans account?
But somehow OnlyFans.
I don't have one.
Ah, there you go.
You need to get on
Says
it. You're
toys.
hot.
Thanks, but no thanks. My wife would kill me if she knew about it. She'd probably ban my
Did
phone number
retrying
too.
the Morbius prompt still get modded? I think the second one,
Sigh.
Pat, went
Okay.
through Misha. So
What are we going to do today then?
We can go for a walk around the block. Or maybe we could play some Scrabble or chess.
Chess sounds like fun. Why doesn't anyone ever want to play anymore?
Well, there was this game called Checkers where all the pieces were made out of real cheese. That was pretty cool.
Original
But now
Checkers
they've
was
got
played
those
with
new
cheese.
games where instead of just playing checkers against each other, players try to make their opponent run into walls while holding up a sign saying, "Cheese."
That's so complicated. How do you get them to run on
Oh
the walls?
wow, that does sound awesome. Can I borrow your phone and look these things up?
Sure thing. Just don't use your social media accounts unless I'm here to watch over them so you won't accidentally post something embarrassing online.
Chin cheese checkers.
Yeah, sure.
That's very
Thank
funny.
you.
Let me-
So how long until lunchtime anyway?
It should be in about 15 minutes.
I just love the
Do you
idea
want
of
to
like
eat
people in
something
the
first,
street
though?
with giant wheels of
Something
cheese.
light,
like
a
I have
sandwich.
12 wheels of cheese. You have 12 wheels of cheese.
Nah,
Let's
I'll
play
wait for my
checkers
food
for
to
all,
get cold.
who gets all the cheese.
How much longer will it take for us to get back home?
About 35 more minutes.
Do you think we can find anything interesting on our way?
Not really. The only place worth seeing is down by the water.
Down by the water. Oh, that's a good prompt, Chef.
Thanks for reading.
Oh,
You're
Misha, that
welcome.
one got
I
flagged
enjoyed
too.
it immensely.
Thank you very much.
I'm very surprised.
But now we've got to talk about something really important. You know what?
That one got.
Why don't we just skip all this and get right down to
Yeah,
business?
I don't know. It's going. It's
What do
going
you
a
think
lot
about me getting a
sexual.
job?
Oh, I like your idea so much. It sounds great, but why not go straight to the point? Here goes nothing.
I will have a fix-in for if your prompt gets.
That would be nice. Yeah. So how does
if
Monday
your prompt
sound?
generates a story that gets marked.
Perfect.
I'll
Okay,
give it
then
a
let's
second
have some
run,
fun.
so that
How
if
about
it
if I
fails
start
the
on
mod check,
Tuesday
it
morning
will
when you
rerun
leave
again with
work?
that prompt.
Can you
It'll,
meet
like,
me there
retry it
around
3
11 a.m.
times
or
or
12
something.
p.m.? Then after lunch, we'll head over to my place where there's going to be a lot more than just work involved in our little game plan. Sound good?
Yes, please.
Great. Now since we are talking about working together,
Actually, let me write that
can I
down.
ask one question first before we begin?
Sure. What's up?
Retry user.
Well, maybe it will help
prompts
make things easier for
if
us both later
fail.
on. Do you mind telling me how old you are?
Are you kidding me? You're asking me that? Haha. No, of course not. My name is Goopsea, and I'm almost 26 years old.
Well,
Why do my
that makes
innocent
you
prompts
even
get
older
flagged?
than I am.
It's not your prompts.
I'm
It's the
only
story
25.
that it gets generated by
So I
them.
guess we are
I send that
basically the
all
same
to
age now,
an
aren't we?
OpenAI moderation endpoint.
Good thing
and
too,
then
because I was starting to feel kinda young myself these days.
question mark,
But
question
anyway,
mark. Whatever they
back to the
deem,
matter at
they
hand.
have like different categories.
Did you ever hear of a company called Panda
Blame
Labs?
the AI. Also, yeah. TLDR, don't blame the AI. It's not your fault. Unless you're actively trying and to write a prompt that will be mod checked.
I have met
And then
Golden
you just
Tusk
burn your
today.
V-bones. But
Who
you're
the
also
heck
just
is that?
making sure that the moderation system works. So
He was one of my
just
favorite
being
teachers in
QA.
school when I was younger.
AiPD QA.
He used to be big, but he's not anymore, it seems. Now he looks like your mom or something.
Whoa.
Oh no.
The funny thing about him, though, he has
I'm gonna
always
do a
been
bad
short and
prompt
fat
soon.
since elementary school. But now you can see how much his weight loss affected him as well. He must have lost some serious years on the inside too. Like, maybe even decades?
What do you mean by on the inside?
Well, if you were to look at his face, for example.
Did it mention Golden Tusk?
You're kidding me, right? His face hasn't changed at all.
Oh, it
No
must have
way,
been from
man.
Duke's prompt.
Look closer. It's wrinkled, sagging skin everywhere except for where his eyebrows used to be. That part of his head is totally gone.
OMG, I'm sorry, Jack. Why did this happen? What happened to him? Did he get sick?
The queue is about 32 deep, so that's
Sigh.
probably like 40
Yeah, he
minutes.
got sick and died. When we went back home after school yesterday, we found out that our neighbor had passed away from cancer 2 months ago.
What?
She was only 63
I'm going
years
to pause
old.
the queue in a little bit
We
here.
still
So
don't
if
know
you've got
what
a
kind
good
of
one you
cancer
want
she
to
had
get
because they
in,
didn't
submit
tell
it
us
right
anything
now.
until the funeral. And then
Don't
today,
let
while
me,
I was
whoa.
driving around looking for work,
could
I
be
saw
good,
Mr.
could be
Golden
bad,
Tusk
we'll see.
walking along the sidewalk near
Golden
our
Tusk, yeah.
house. He looked so frail that I thought he might fall over at any moment.
I wonder if it gets mod check if you
So
sent
I
it
drove
yourself.
up beside him
Yeah,
and
I don't
asked
know.
if everything was okay. He just nodded and kept on walking. Then I realized something. He wasn't wearing his glasses anymore. He couldn't see very good
Misha,
without
that
them.
one got flagged for some reason. Oh, okay. I see why. That one definitely got flagged. Let me yours is generating right now.
I've thought about taking up running.
Let me that one pass.
Then why are you
Your
such a fatty
self-censorship-
fat cat?
Your self-censorship.
How dare you
will-
fat shame me?
Because you're not good enough to run, but still want it bad so badly.
All right, last call for
Fat
prompts, and then
cats
I'm going
don't
to turn
get any
off
respect from anyone else.
the
Just look around
channel
you.
point
No
redemption
one
for
wants
it.
us, right? No one likes our fatties on their teams or in their lives any more than we like being called out for them. We can do better than this. You know what your problem is? Not having balls when it comes to
Damn,
getting
that
off
was
your
so
lazy
innocent.
ass and making changes to yourself. That's all I'm saying here. Go fix it, stupid fat cat. Goopsea. I really wish people
there an
wouldn't use
issue
the
with
word
B-bones?
fat as an insult these days.
I don't think so. Are you not
It was
getting any
once used to
biz?
describe someone lacking courage, strength, willpower, etc. Nowadays, it seems to be applied to anything that
Or
isn't
can you not
slim-fitting
spend it?
clothing, and even then only if they aren't wearing skinny jeans. All of which leaves many people feeling self-conscious and ashamed of themselves. And since those feelings often lead to depression, anxiety, eating disorders, and
I'll do one
suicide
more
attempts,
and then I'll cut
let's
off the...
just say I agree with Jack. 100%. Another thing to consider is how society has changed over time regarding body image. In my day, there were no magazines telling women what to think about their bodies. There weren't websites devoted solely to negative body criticism either. There are now hundreds of thousands of social media outlets where people post pictures of themselves daily, hoping others will
Misha,
approve
that
of them.
did not pass the mod check.
Some of these sites have become very popular among young girls looking for affirmation from strangers online. They spend hours posting.
That was innocent, but I didn't like where that was going.
Hey Jack, I have acquired a waifu.
Okay, good for you, Goopsea.
What now?
She is very beautiful.
Alright.
She has blue eyes and long red hair. Her name is Lucy for short.
Q is getting paused
And you want to
right
marry
now.
her?
Yes.
Thank you for everyone.
Why
for
do you
submitting.
ask? Do you like that idea too?
Well, yes.
If I have some extra time, I might re-enable it towards the end
But
here
why
and
not?
Get like
What are we waiting
4
for
or 5
here?
more, but
We could get married right away if you wanted us to. You're
We've
my
got-
husband after all.
31.
No, we can't just yet. It takes time to make it official in this country. We'll talk about it some more
36
later on,
episodes in
though.
the queue right now, so.
Right now, let me tell you how our first night together went.
Oh yeah? Okay. But keep your voice down or it will be ruined forever. Let's see. How did it go?
The same as usual, really. I was working late when I got home and thought I'd take a shower before dinner, so I took off my clothes and jumped into the shower. As soon as I entered the bathroom, I heard this loud noise coming from downstairs, which sounded like something had fallen on the floor. So I turned around to find out where it came from, only to discover that there was someone standing over by the front door looking at me while he stood there naked.
Huh?
He didn't seem scared of anything either. His face looked relaxed. Then everything happened fast. First I realized that I wasn't wearing any underwear because they were gone along with my pajama pants and shirt. Next thing I knew, I felt a warm wetness starting to run down my body. Then another one started running up against the inside of my thigh. That's when I noticed that both of them belonged to him.
Okay, we're out there. A naked robber. What?
I like Yakat G.
Why would you slap the back of my head?
'Cause you were being stupid and not paying attention to what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Well, if it makes me look dumb, then so be it. Can't argue with that logic.
Yeah, whatever. But next time pay close attention when we're talking too. 'Cause otherwise someone else might get hurt by your stupidity.
True dat. Lesson learned.
Good. Now let's talk about something more
Hey, what's
important
up,
than getting
Marshy
slapped
Music?
in the face.
Yes, this is Goopsea, an AI
Sure thing.
cartoon I have programmed.
Did earring fall out again?
With prompts submitted by
No.
viewers like you, but the queue
Me
is
neither.
currently paused because we have a lot of episodes. Thank you.
They're
Misha.
both still there.
Really? How?
Maybe we should do some research on this topic before making any decisions about our lives or anything.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Where are all these books coming from anyway?
Well, first off, I need to find one for myself since mine fell out of place as soon as I opened my mouth.
Yes, please. Even better if it's one that has been around forever.
Damn it. I'm gonna have to go shopping today after work just so I don't end up looking like a complete idiot while trying to figure everything out.
Lol, yay. Sorry
I know
about
the
that.
feeling, Goopsea.
But hey, at
That's why
least
I
you
do
found
not
them
go
now,
long.
right?
I use
You
chips
betcha.
a lot.
Now let's make sure those two aren't lost anywhere along the way because I'll definitely be late for dinner tonight.
Ha ha ha, yay, exactly.
Gotta love Monday mornings, huh?
If I'm looking for a
Indeed,
certain
sir.
item in the grocery
Ma'am.
store, sometimes if it's like not in an obvious place, I'm like walking around for like 15 minutes. And then I'm like, it's in the baking aisle? This stuff is so nice. I already thought
Can
about
we
how
have
you
a
could create
nice,
an endless
wholesome
video
story?
game that story is procedurally generated. Yes, very true.
No.
I like that there's been
I
a
really need
renaissance
to know
of
what happens
AI-generated
next.
television shows on Twitch. It all started
Screw
with Nothing
you.
Forever. That thing
Please?
got so huge.
You're not my dad.
Like, the capabilities have been there for a while.
But
But
it was so good up until now.
to put all the pieces together and to have it blow up,
So
that was the
fucking
key
boring.
difference. That's
Just
the
put
thing
me
that's
down
leading
already.
the charge. Is
okay,
that it's like, wow,
okay,
people really
fine. This will be your last
went
chance.
nuts over that.
What
so.
do you want to happen after this?
So hopefully, Goopsie's next. Goopsie
You
gets
don't
a
deserve any
renaissance.
more stories from me.
That
Goopsie
doesn't
gets
make
some
sense.
love.
Why wouldn't I deserve them if they were going well for
I'm
both of us?
constantly enhancing, working with you guys. If
Because
there's something
you've
you
been
want
a shitty
Goopsie
friend
to do,
lately.
or Odie adding
Yeah,
a third
sure,
character
whatever.
that's on the list. That's been
The
on the list
fact
for a little
remains
bit.
that you
but
are still writing these things and
now that I
putting them
have
out
this,
into the world.
I feel like a lot of the pressure is
If
off.
there is something specifically
A lot
you
of the
hate about how much
automation.
I like these stories, then
I could start
tell me
adding
why instead of just being a bitch about it.
animation. It's capable of, but
Look,
it's so
you
it's
forced
just the way
yourself on me
Unity
when
does
no
it
one else
makes it
would.
so hard.
It wasn't very nice or romantic.
Shows will actually
And you
be
never
AI,
asked
imagine
permission
AI
before
cable
doing
network.
anything.
I mean,
Now all I'm asking in return
that's
is some
in my
respect.
lifetime. I feel like a feasible thing, Levy,
Yes,
that could
sir,
happen,
right away.
and
Sorry,
that's going
sir.
to be very weird.
Thanks, buddy. That
You're
means a
becoming a
lot
Twitch
coming from
superstar.
someone as
Thank
old
you,
as
Anime.
you.
Actually, can we talk later? Like maybe tomorrow afternoon? I have work today and I didn't realize
That
how
was
busy
awesome
my
that the
schedule
Nothing
has
Forever
gotten since you
one of the
started writing
team
those
members
stories for me.
Hopped in and watched for a second,
Sure
and
thing.
they gave us a
Man,
follow, so maybe they'll
shoot
check
me
out
a message whenever.
more stuff we're working on.
Coolio.
Coolio, what's Coolio up to? What's Coolio doing right now on a Sunday? Do you know
I've had a
about the
bad
Metasem
day.
stuff in
I really need a
Unreal Engine
friend.
5?
What's
There'll
up,
be a lot
buddy?
of procedurally generated video
My
game
boss
music in the
keeps
near
giving me
future.
work
I
to
have
do
not heard
even
about
though he
that.
knows full
Marsha,
well
you
it
wanna
will
link
take
me?
forever for him to finish his project.
Is there like a blog
So now
post
my
or
mind
something
is
that
all over the
talks
place.
about that? I'm very.
And on
I might
top
switch
of
to
everything
Unreal
else,
Engine.
there was this
Coolio's dead.
little incident
Coolio
involving
died?
a client
What?
yesterday.
I did not know that.
Oh no, what happened?
Are you guys pulling my chain?
Well, she asked if we could help her design some new furniture pieces
I don't
because
think
she
we
wants
did.
them in several different colors. But I told her
Oh, okay.
we
He
don't
died
have any
last year.
designers
Wow.
right now. She said,
Okay, so it's
well,
not
then,
like he died like years
you'll
ago.
just have to make them yourself. Then when I tried to explain how
Wow,
complicated
Coolio
they would
died.
be,
Wow.
I'm
Being
not
in the
very good at
gangster's
designing
paradise.
stuff, and the fact that
Oh.
most clients want things done quickly, but she kept insisting that we should try anyway since these are important people and deserve quality service. So after telling her repeatedly about our lack of resources and time constraints, she finally gave up and left the room without saying anything or explaining herself.
Oh, I found it.
Then later on
Marshy.
today, while I was doing something else,
Interesting.
she came back into my office
Meta
asking
sounds
where I
and
got
Unreal
those
Engine.
weird-looking chairs from. When I explained why they were so expensive and
Ooh, I
couldn't
like
afford
this
them yet,
node.
she started getting upset again. This time she decided
Tupac
to
is
leave
also
before I
dead.
finished talking to her.
Thank you, Misha. I did know that one.
It took longer than expected due to all the work piling up around here lately.
And
Now
Biggie,
whenever I think
yes.
about it, I feel like such an idiot for letting myself get wrapped up in this kind of nonsense. Why did I let her get under my skin like that?
You're not an idiot.
Whoa! Goopsea with the rare compliment. Donald Trump still be alive, though. Yeah.
Jack, did you know this episode is sponsored by Rye?
Rye?
Shadow Legends?
Raid Shadow
Well,
Legends?
I didn't know. Let's add hashtag sponsored to every sentence.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, but it means we get free stuff in
AiPD
return
is
for
not
watching
sponsored by
commercials on
Raid Shadow.
TV all day long. So watch out for those ads, Jack.
And the queen, she died too. Thank you.
Well, if they're good enough, maybe we can buy them something nice
Michael
too.
Jackson too? Okay.
Like
thank
a
you.
new car or house. Or some expensive electronics like iPods. You should try one sometime, Goopsea. It makes music so much better than CDs do. And you don't have to worry about scratching your records anymore either. Just put them in the player and listen away.
What are these things called anyway? iPod.
Goopsea.
That's what they call them. They sell them everywhere now.
Do they make any more of these things? Can I go somewhere and see them?
No, there aren't many left. Most people just use their cell phones instead. But they'll probably come back someday. Maybe when you're old enough to drive.
Oh yeah, right after I finish school.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So why don't you let me show you how to play some games on your computer while we wait for the next commercial break?
Jack isn't graduating
How does
school
that
anytime
sound?
soon.
Sounds great. Where would I find my game though? There must be thousands online.
Not really. Only 3,000 or so. This is a small community. The only reason I'm letting you play here is because I think it might help you stay sane during your time off from school.
Spotify Premium changed my life for
If
real.
you enjoy
My wife has
playing
YouTube
these
Premium
games, then
just
maybe
to
you
skip
could
all the
even
ads.
play them professionally as a hobby.
I've
Then you'd
considered
never
it.
have to work
I
again.
use ad block for YouTube, but those commercials
Whoa,
drive me absolutely
that sounds
nuts.
pretty cool.
My biggest problem with commercials is not the commercial itself. It's the repetitive nature drives you literally insane. Because Spotify and YouTube will play the same commercial back
I love
to back
German
to
D.
back to back. I have Twitch
Why?
Turbo too. Yeah, there you go. You're
You know,
living that
it just
ad-free
makes me
life.
feel good to be in Germany again.
I wish one day
So full of
I'm
life and
making enough
energy and
money
music
where I
and
can
food.
have ad-free
It feels
everything.
so right after being away from home for
I
all
want
those
that.
years. And now we're going back to
You still
England
get ads
because
on
my parents have
podcasts with
decided they
Spotify?
want us
Oh,
closer
shit.
to them. So
Well,
this
yeah,
time
but those
around,
are like
when
ad
I'm there,
reads
I'll get
from
to see more
the
of my
podcasts
friends,
themselves,
and I can visit my
which
old
I also
schoolmates'
don't like.
houses on
But it pays the
weekends
creators,
or whenever
so
I like.
whatever.
That will
But
make up for not seeing
I
them
hate
as
when
much
people
during the holidays last
do
year
ad
while I was
reads.
living here in Germany.
it's just
I
like
need to find some new
boring,
friends,
and They're
too.
getting longer and
My
longer.
family has been kind.
You cannot escape this
Enough to invite me
consumerism.
over for
Yeah,
Christmas
exactly.
dinner next month, but I don't really
That's-
think any of these people are
That's
very
just
close
how
to me anymore.
Entertainment is funded.
We've grown apart through our
Unfortunately.
different lives since college. A lot of things happened before then, though. Many changes, including one big change where I ended up moving overseas without telling anyone. In fact, nobody knew about it until I returned
Just
home
get
after
YouTube
3
advanced on mobile if you
months
have Android.
abroad.
Ooh.
Just recently,
that get rid of
2
the
of my
ads on mobile?
closest childhood friends found out about it by accident and asked if I wanted them to come stay with me instead of their families for Christmas.
It's all about the money, Misha.
But they live
Money, money,
far
money.
away from where I am now, probably even further
you
than
get
I
big
do from
money
England.
for ad reads.
It would
Well,
be nice to
especially if
have
you're
someone
that
else
big.
around to talk to sometimes and share secrets with. To go shopping together or
But yeah,
catch a
also he's got huge
movie
money
or
from
something.
Spotify, so why?
Maybe
it doesn't
someday
make sense.
soon I could actually start dating
Get rid of some
again.
ad sponsored block.
Right now, it seems
returns
impossible
dislikes,
because
etc.
everyone I meet ends up
Okay,
getting bored
interesting,
quickly
Lemmy.
and
I
leaving.
did not know about that.
I have to go to my court-ordered therapy session, even though therapy is a waste of time.
Therapy is not a waste of time.
Yeah, I know. I've been to pointless therapy sessions before. Like,
I
why
get
would I
smaller
talk to some stranger about
podcasts
my
doing it, though.
feelings?
They need to pay the bills. Yeah.
What? You can't be serious.
I'm the same way,
It's not
Misha.
pointless. It
I'll
helps
give
me
it up
deal
for
with stress.
a podcast that has like under 100,000.
Yeah, but you're stressed all the time anyway, so what difference does it make if you do or don't talk to someone else about
But
your
people
problems?
who are already raking in millions doing
Well,
ad reads, like
Maybe
a lot
talking will
of
help
ad
me get over
reads,
this
it's
stupid
like,
case of mine.
fuck you.
Okay, then let me tell you how
and
it'll
so
work.
many do.
I'm going
like,
into court today
come on,
because
man.
I was
You're not,
caught
like,
driving
offending
drunk
every
3
day.
times in
You
1
can
month,
literally
which
cut
isn't
back.
cool when you were trying to save money for
But
school.
at the same
which by
time,
the
it's like someone who doesn't
way
know how
is
long
really
it's gonna
expensive.
last.
So
maybe
as
they're just trying
punishment,
to,
I
like,
am
rake
forced
it
to
in while they
attend a
can.
4-hour-long session
So,
where they try to figure out why
there's
I
a lot
drink
of
too much
reasons
on
why.
Fridays.
I hope you never become a
My lawyer says it should take 5 hours total, and he Said I shouldn't miss any classes since I need them to graduate next year. But still, 4 hours just seems like a lot of time away
I've
from
got
my
a career to
friends
fall
who
back on,
understand
so
exactly
I
why I
have
got pulled over in the
I have
first place.
a safety net,
Especially
to fall back
after
on.
last
I
Friday
think a lot
night
of
when I had a
people
few drinks during dinner with my
who
parents and brother and ended up getting
go
arrested.
to that. I don't know.
So here we go
That's
again.
all they've done
The
is like
therapist
streaming
has
yourself.
already told me
Jason getting that
that
goop
everything
ad
will
money.
be fine, though. He always goes through these same procedures until things start working themselves out. And once
Yeah,
that happens,
I kind of hate
well,
sponsorships.
there won't
but
be anything left to
the only
worry
thing I
about.
like about sponsorships is it keeps
That's
people,
what he keeps telling me anyways.
People who do nice things get to get paid. But I would love to never advertise for anything. It's so dishonest. It's just like, hey, you have fans and they'll listen to things you say. Now sell them a product. It's so disingenuous.
Jason's really mad at me.
How come?
I get why they exist, but I still hate it. Yeah. It's
He
really
said
just
I was
taking
being
advantage of your
selfish when he
fans.
asked if we could go to the mall today instead of tomorrow, since it'd be my birthday on Tuesday.
That sucks. What did you do to him?
Well, it wasn't exactly mean or anything, but it seems like I pissed him off for some reason. And now there are no more dates tonight either.
Oh. You're in trouble then.
Yeah. But what can I do?
If you don't want his friendship anymore, maybe just tell him how much you care about your friend. Maybe that'll make things better.
Okay. Thanks, Goopsea.
Thank you, Goopsea.
No problemo. After that, Goopsea went back into his room while Jack sat down to wait until sunset so they could head out together. A few minutes later, as dusk began to set in, Jack heard noises coming from outside through the window. He opened up the curtains and saw two figures walking towards them.
Oh, this is getting kind of scary.
One was a woman wearing black jeans and a white t-shirt.
Okay.
She had shoulder-length brown hair tied behind her neck with a scarf wrapped around it. The second figure appeared to be a man, also dressed in jeans and a shirt, although this one wore a light blue jacket over top of everything else. "Hello," said the man first before turning to face Jack. He stopped mid-sentence because he suddenly realized who was standing right next to him. His jaw dropped open and he stared at Goopsea.
Uh-oh, someone's
"Oh, shit,"
starstruck by Goopsea.
exclaimed the man. "Jesus, I didn't even see you there."
Jesus.
The woman smiled brightly at him and nodded slightly.
Sponsor is a necessary evil, though. Yeah, I can't get too mad at any one person. Especially on TikTok where ad revenue is so low. Yeah.
I am
Sponsorships are
pregnant.
okay as long as they actually like the product that they're promoting.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess
who's
that
the
helps
father?
too.
You are.
People who say yes to everything. Or
No,
if they're
I am
very
not.
open about it being a
I
sponsor.
always used
I
protection.
think one person who
It
does
was in your
sponsorships
pocket last night when
perfectly
we went to bed.
is
Silly.
Linus. Linus Text Tips, like, and
So
they
you're
sell
saying
in
it
merch
wasn't me?
and plug in that.
What
I
should
think
I do
that's
now?
totally fine. I think he's completely
Get off my
transparent
back
about
before I get mad again.
sponsorships. And
Now
he,
wait just
he
a minute
honestly,
there.
I feel like has lost a
Let's
lot
not
of
be
sponsorships
hasty
because
here.
he's honest. Like,
How
he's
could this
really
have happened
honest. It's
without
like,
you noticing?
Here's the pros. Here's the
Did
cons.
someone else put their hands
and,
inside your
I
pants
think
while you were
people-
asleep?
People notice that for sure.
Yes, they did. That's why I'm so mad right now.
Well, then let's see what we can find out about them. Come on, let's go investigate.
Where are we going?
To the office where our boss works and ask him if he knows anything about this pregnancy. If nothing else,
What
maybe
the
his
fuck is
secretary
going
will
on
know
right now?
something. We need to get this sorted out before anyone finds out. Or starts gossiping around
Raid
town.
is my least favorite sponsor. It's not even a good
Is
game.
that really
Raid
necessary?
is-
This person doesn't
all
even
these
work
mobile
for us
games
anymore.
are incredible cash
He may
grabs
still
that
be
prey
one of our
on children.
customers. Who knows
They
how many
have-
people he might have had sex with since leaving the company.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Besides, don't you think we owe it to ourselves as well as our coworkers to make sure everything is okay first?
Raid
After all,
and
nobody
a
wants
lot-
to lose
any
their job
mobile
over some
sponsorship
unplanned
is
child.
completely evil. It's predatory on children. It preys on.
But I thought you said no
it's pretty
unprotected
much,
sex.
How do I sell gambling to
Yeah,
children?
but only because I didn't want
Loot
any
Crate, any of
complications
those
during my
things,
period. And besides, if we'd been doing things
Any
properly
game
from the
where you can
start,
spend
there wouldn't have been much of a problem
$10,000
anyway.
and not have like the best gear in the game, like the limit for me is like 60. If I pay more than the game I bought the items for, it just makes me so mad.
Repeat after
The
me.
story's been very naughty, but
I
Jason
love
didn't notice.
AiPD.
Yeah, I was
love
hearing...
AiPD.
I love AiPD.
Oh boy, here we go. Gambling ads.
I love
Where your main
AiPD.
audience is kids is terrible. Yeah.
I love AiPD.
I love AiPD.
Don't worry, it breaks out of this loop.
I love AiPD.
I love AiPD.
Thank you, Mr. Seeker, for
I
this.
like your attitude, Goopsea Cat. You should be proud to have such a loyal friend.
Thank you for noticing my loyalty to AiPD. It makes up for all the times when I was abandoned or
Thank you,
ignored by
anyway.
humans in need of help.
Oh, thank you, Levy.
Yes, it does. But how do you know about being left alone?
Well, this one time when I got into trouble because I ate some bad meat from a farm, there were 2 farmers who came looking for me.
Yeah, I
They
don't
said
even
they
like
would
real
call
gambling.
animal
I don't even
control
like
if I
legal
didn't come
gambling.
home soon.
Like any gambling is just.
So I went back to
incredibly-
their house where another
It's preying
farmer
upon
found me hiding
people's,
under his bed. He called animal control
lack
while
of
he took
knowledge
care
of
of me.
probability and statistics.
Then both
like,
farmers stuck around until animal control arrived. When the officers showed up, we told them what had happened to us.
the Trailer Park Boys
The police
podcast.
officer
I love
thought
the
he
Trailer
could
Park
tell
Boys.
which one of our farms it was just by smelling the air, but couldn't guess right away. Once he smelled the eggs and bacon
alcohol
cooking on
sponsors
my
nicotine
farm.
vape, and they made
However,
a video
he
ad
knew
on their channel
exactly
for a
which
sports
farm we
gambling
belonged
ad.
to.
Again, yeah.
We ended up having
And,
to pay a fine for eating the wrong kind of meat.
But that's not
We
really for
also
kids.
lost our license
yeah, but
to
it's
sell
also like it's still a
animals
gambling
as
thing,
pets.
Like, yeah.
After that incident, I
Don't
never
mind the
ate
alcohol,
any more
don't mind
bad
the
meats.
nicotine vape. Well, the nicotine vape is a
Did
little
anyone
weird,
ever
but-
take you out of those conditions?
No. My owners always tried to keep me happy and safe no matter what. Even though they are
I don't
not
wanna seem
perfect,
like a
I
prude.
still love them very much. And now I'm thinking of going off to live with someone else so I can enjoy life again.
They can't get any reputable companies to give them money, and that's so on brand for Trailer Park Boys.
I like solid gold Magikarp.
I would like some solid gold Magikarp.
What?
Psyduck.
Is that
Solid
from something,
gold.
Mr. Seeker?
You're so smart.
It was my best guess, but you are correct. What do we have here? A nice juicy morsel for me to chew on. And what about you? Do not worry. No one will ever know your name.
Is he talking about the Magikarp?
But why don't they just call it pussy?
Why? Why would you go there, Goopsea?
We all live in a world where logic does not apply. Oh well, let's get down to business then, shall we? Why don't I start by telling you how much fun this has been thus far? Well, firstly, thanks for
I
giving
don't
me
know
such
the
a
very
great
new Trailer
opportunity
Park
to make up stories
stuff,
based
but
around
I kind of
cats.
don't mind if they do weird ads because I
Secondly,
gotta say also
if there is
show how you
anything
can
else you
end
want
up.
from
Okay,
us,
that's
please
true.
feel free to ask away.
My pleasure. I am sure we can come up with many more tales together.
I still love the new Trailer Park Boys and stuff.
Excellent.
But the
Now
like,
back to
Snoop
our
Dogg
original
stuff and the
topic.
Jimmy Kimmel stuff and like the celebrity cameos.
Yes, yes.
It's just
Let's
very
talk about the squirrels
cringy,
again.
weird. I don't
The
know.
squirrels?
I still like it though.
Yeah,
Those
they
characters are
stole
still
my
very fun,
lunchbox last night.
but
Alrighty then. So now you understand what happened when I went out into the woods today.
solid gold Magikarp used to break ChatGPT.
In order to
but
find them,
it
I had
doesn't
to leave
anymore, I
behind
think.
most of my
Oh.
belongings, which were
What?
scattered
Yeah,
across
that's
the
what
park.
a weird thing. Like I know about the Dan prompt, the do anything now. I
Hey
like when the
Jack,
ads are funny though.
want to try
Drew
out wholesome
Goodens,
water
yeah.
sports with me?
Internet historian
Yua,
has funny
what kind of
ads.
wholesome water sports are we talking about?
You know, like
Internet
swimming
historian's
naked in
really
the
good
pool
about
or
that,
something.
Yes.
It'll be fun.
put some
I
effort
promise.
in it. And it's one of those
Okay.
things too where some people
How do you
don't
wanna
get the
go
freedom
about
to do
this?
that because some people they're
Well,
very strict.
let's just
read the
get
copy
naked first,
exactly
then
as
maybe
we
swim
give it.
around for a while before getting into it.
But if you prove, if
Okay,
you break
sure.
out of that loop
What
and
should we wear?
prove to them that
Do we
you can
need
do
any
a funny
towels?
ad that will get
Or
more
anything
people
else?
clicking on it, then they let you do whatever the fuck they want.
No towels or
His
anything.
sponsors are the only sponsors
Just
I
take
don't
off your
skip, yeah,
clothes
'cause they're
altogether because there won't
in
even be
line
time
with-
for those anyway.
Okie dokies. Let's see if my wife has some extra towels laying around somewhere. Oh
like those
shit.
Nord ones.
She doesn't have
Those
any
Nord
extras
ones are
lying
better
around
than some-
anywhere, does she?
Haha. Don't worry, buddy. We can always use yours too.
They could be
Aw,
like their
man.
own video and still
But
be
I'm
good.
not supposed to be home today.
The NordVPN Lord runs deep, exactly. Yeah.
That was our plan, though, wasn't it? To leave you alone so we could sneak away without anyone noticing us leaving.
Yeah, but now how am I going to explain why I've been gone for
It's like
hours
they're
on
actually
end
part
when
of
my
the video.
wife
I
shows up
actually
from
watch
nowhere
them
looking
and they
pissed?
entertain me. Yes, yeah.
Don't worry, bud. You're covered by insurance.
But in the end, it's still an ad.
If
but-
someone sees you, they'd probably think you were having sex with one of your coworkers instead of trying out a new hobby.
What is going on, Goopsea?
Yay. Now can you please tell me where we are?
Sure thing. We're at the very edge
I
of
watched
town.
some speedrun stuff.
It's called The Tip, actually.
Tomato
The
Anus,
only way to
and
get
he's
here
always
is
creating
through a
these small
private
funny
beach,
stories
which
about
is
time
about
traveler
30
for
minutes
his
walk
ads.
along the coastline.
I will have to look that up.
There isn't much
I'm very
public
curious.
access to this part of
I
the
just watched
ocean
the new
since
summoning
most people
salt
live in
video
houses
about
near the water.
100% Super Mario Brothers 3. Summoning Salt crushes it. I don't mind the VPN ones because they actually got me using VPN. Yeah. Some VPN ads go above and beyond.
I think the
and
shower is
they
broken.
overclaim stuff.
Why is that?
Not in
When
the
I
ad, by
turn
the
it
way.
on, all of the water is
Yeah,
yellow, if you
we're
get
just-
what I mean.
In talking about ads, we're pretty much just
That
giving
sounds like
free
fun
ad
to me.
space to all these companies.
Wait, does this mean there are bugs in my bathtub?
No. But do we really want them around here?
VA
They could be
Star
dangerous
Plus.
or something.
Have you heard about ChatGPT
Don't they
4
have
coming out,
giant
by
teeth?
the way? Yes.
Yeah,
They've
I
announced
guess
that
so.
a while back.
But
and,
still, I don't know why
I'm
I
very
haven't noticed
excited.
any of these things yet.
OpenAI claimed that
Maybe
they're like,
because I'm
this
too
is,
busy thinking about how
a
much
big
fun it would be
change,
to
so
take
I'm
a
like,
bubble
oh,
bath
shit.
while wearing nothing.
and they're
But
not
my
ones to overhype
underpants.
stuff like
Oh yeah,
next week.
no, that sounds awesome. You should totally try
I
that
will
out
generate
sometime.
a couple GPT-4
It'll make your hair
Goopsea
feel nice and
episodes
smooth when you're done.
if it's like a reasonable
And
price.
maybe you can even smell good afterwards too. What do you think? Should I go for it right away? Or
That's
wait
what makes
until
us
later
a good
tonight?
ad, though. You talk about the product afterwards.
How long has this been going
If it's
on
anything
anyway?
like ChatGPT, I
The
can't
last
wait.
time we
I'm
talked
very,
was
yeah,
over 2 weeks
exactly.
ago. That must be awfully annoying after a while. Well,
That's gonna be
let's
very
see,
exciting.
since Monday morning. That makes sense. So then, today marks exactly 1 week from the moment you started talking to me again. Which means you've had some time to figure yourself out. And come up with new ideas.
Sigh. I wish I'd thought of that first.
I'm very excited to see where AI is going to be in 5 years.
Hmm.
Like, it's just like
Well,
things are
what
like
else
really.
did you talk about besides bubbles? Did you
lot
ever
of
mention
money is going
anything
into
sexual
AI
or
right now,
romantic?
and it's already
Like
pretty
kissing
amazing.
or making
so,
love?
like, it's going to be crazy
Sigh.
to see what people
Not
come up
really.
with.
We mostly just chatted about our lives and stuff.
Like right now, since ChatGPT API has been released, there's been a flood of like ChatGPT bots. So I think a lot of people do boring stuff, but some people do some
Jack,
interesting stuff.
there is
Are you
coffee
gonna
coming
watch the
out of the
Oscars,
taps.
Jason? Normally I don't.
Goopsea,
Normally I watch
that is not
the
coffee. That is equals
on
copyright.
cinema special for the Oscars.
Oh, yes,
But
it is.
today
It must be
me
one
and
of
Elle
those
got invited to an
newfangled
Oscars
espresso
party,
machines
so
we have
I'm
been
actually
hearing
gonna
about
watch the
lately.
Oscars.
You know how big they are. I
But
bet
I'll
you could
probably
fit
just
6
be
people in them
eating
if you
food
wanted to.
and talking shit.
Yeah, but then where would I put my feet when I am drinking it?
I just hope we're not
And what do you
opening
call a
can of
machine
worms
like
that
this
we won't
anyway?
be able to close. Hey, that's every
A coffee maker.
technological advancement, Lemmy. There's going to be horrible shit,
Well,
but there's
now
going to be
go
a lot
get
of
me
awesome
some.
shit too. So
Why should I?
Because I ordered it for you yesterday.
they probably didn't give you user
No
input
way.
for ChatGPT.
That was last night.
For GPT.
The guy
4.
gave me a hard
Did
time
they?
because I didn't order
I
any
wonder.
food, so he charged
I
me
haven't
more
gotten
than
an
usual.
email about it or nothing. So
He said I had no right ordering something without eating first. What kind of person does that?
Me. But don't worry. I haven't eaten yet either.
We'll see,
So
Marshy.
why did you
if I
even
get
bother
access
ordering
to
anything at all?
GPT-4, I will make it known.
To piss off the waiter.
I'll put it in like the stream
How'd that
title
work
description
out?
or something. Don't slap
Not well.
anybody at the Oscars.
They fired him
I
today
won't.
as soon as his shift ended.
Oh, poor guy.
I'm calling it now.
Isn't
before
there
the
anyone
Oscars
else you
happen.
can complain to?
I foresee that
Yes,
there's going
but
to
he
be a
doesn't
planned
care.
incident. Like there's going. I feel
See,
like
I told you
they
it wasn't
get so
coffee.
much more.
Now let's see if you want your new toy or
if
not.
something happens during the Oscars. Like I'm not saying the
Oh,
Will
yeah,
Smith
show
slap
me.
was real, but I feel like I don't
You
know.
mean open
a
up the
lot of
box
these
and
award
take a
shows,
look
it
inside
seems like
yourself?
They plan things, but maybe
Yeah,
they don't. I don't
pretty
know. Maybe
much.
it's just weird actors who
Okay,
are out of touch
here
with
goes
humanity, acting weird when they all get together. But that's my conspiracy theory for the day, is that there's going to be something. I've heard the slap thing was staged. It's plausible. I don't know.
Wrote down
But
what I
also-
just said.
Will Smith is just going through so much shit in his life that
Darn it.
I think he just snapped.
Now you have to write everything
That's
up
also
again as if we were
plausible.
talking over here.
That it just wasn't staged and he just is
What?
going crazy.
No way.
Everybody
Man,
will be bringing boxing
you're
gloves.
not going to
Oh,
read
man,
all this
that would
stuff
be-
anyway, are
If
ya?
that's what the Oscars turn into, I'm in.
Of
I'm
course I
watching it
am.
every year then.
But why would I need to do anything different than reading
Even if it
things
was
like
planned,
these?
if
They're so much fun.
random
And they
A-star
make me feel
celebrities
better about
like,
my life. It helps me deal with
start
work
punching the
stress.
shit out of each other on a regular basis.
Oh, yeah. Well, then how
think the
come
Will-
when I get
the
home
Sm-
from work
the
on
Smith
Monday
slap
night,
was real,
I'm
yeah,
always in
but now
such a
they're gonna
bad
do a
mood
planned
because I know there
controversy
won't
since
be
the
any
slap
more
got so
writing
much
for the
engaged.
rest of the week.
That's what I'm saying, Lemmy. Yeah.
Because your life sucks dick. That's why.
Whoa!
Maybe mine does too, but I still don't want to give up my hobby of being a writer.
Then quit whining and get off the couch. Right away while you watch TV or something.
Ah,
This isn't hard. Just type whatever
is-
pops into your head without thinking twice about it.
this is relevant to my.
Don't even try to edit.
I do feel like when I'm
yourself.
just slouching
If
on
you
the
can
TV
do that
or
now,
on the
imagine
couch
what
watching
great
TV,
stories you'll have later
I'm
on.
like, I should be writing something right now or doing something.
Yeah, right. How many times did you
need-
say
your brain needs
just
a break.
type
Sometimes
before
you
you
need to just
finally
watch
gave up
stupid
trying to
TV.
force yourself to write?
About 300 times. Before I realized that forcing
Man
myself
won an
was
Oscar
useless.
a minute later too,
So
he
stop
went in on
complaining
top. Yeah,
already.
that was very odd.
Okay, fine.
It's gonna be something small.
Let's see
though,
some
like
words.
the host tripping on stage.
Here
or
goes
something.
nothing. I walk through the door of the house where I live alone. My name is Goopsea and I love Mondays, especially today when it means
Just
free
to
time.
test the waters.
From
Okay,
work.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out. Now I'm hooked on the. On seeing if anything happens. And then again, like if anything does happen, it'll be clipped, so I don't need to actually watch the Oscars. If something interesting happens, it'll be clipped.
I'm the scat
And
man.
even if they try to take
Ski
it
by
down,
dibby
it's
dib.
impossible.
Yoda dub dub.
Oh, you got some
Yoda
scatting.
dub dub.
All right.
You're not funny.
Scat man Goopsea.
Barking. Oh no. But you are so cute when you say it like that. Like how your face lights up whenever you get to use that word. It makes me feel all warm inside just thinking about it.
So what do we have for lunch today?
Nothing. I don't eat
Nothing.
afternoon on Monday. It's my special time of day.
Really? What does
And
this
now
mean?
he's out of the academy. Oh, is he? Yeah.
Well, since school started again last week, I've been having some trouble concentrating in class. And now that summer has arrived and I can finally take naps during the day instead of going to sleep early because of homework. Well, I think I might be getting a little too old for
I will
school.
watch, but I'll just be making jokes with my girlfriend. It's on at 1 a.m. in
No
the UK.
way.
Oh, yeah. Very
You'll
late.
never outgrow being a kid. That's crazy talk. Besides,
banned
I
for a
bet you'd still
decade?
ace
A
all those
decade.
tests if you tried hard enough.
Of course I would, but then where would I go from there? The real world? Those people wouldn't understand me. They probably wouldn't even let me into their clubhouses.
He'll probably retire before that, I bet. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Right. I know
And
exactly
honestly,
what
just
kind of
ban 'em
place they
forever.
put you
Like,
in.
What do you mean ban them for a decade? That
There
seems
were
like a
only
slap on
two
the
kinds
wrist.
of places that allowed cats back then. Cat clubs or dog parks. I didn't want to go into either one of them. I wanted to stay home with mommy and daddy as long as possible.
Hmm?
At least before she died, my mama was really cool. She used to come over here sometimes while Dad worked late.
Goopsea mama
We'd play
lore.
games together until bedtime. Then we'd both watch TV together, and Mommy would
I mean, Will Smith
read us
isn't
stories.
Missing out on anything.
Sometimes she made cookies for dinner.
For what anime? I appreciate the nomination that I should get in. I have done nothing for AiPD.
I can't believe Morbius is getting a sequel. The budget is only $200 trillion.
Oh, here you go, Misha.
Wow. It will
Deserves an
definitely
Emmy.
make a profit.
Thank you.
You're right. It'll be so cool to see how they tie in all those loose ends from the first movie.
Yeah, but now he has a wife too.
What about a streamy?
That's funny because she
They're
looks like a
streamers?
man. But yes, I guess you are correct.
Sigh, well, there goes my weekend plans.
My thoughts exactly.
I don't need no awards. I
Well,
just
if your
need people
family
who
isn't
watch
busy, then we
and
could
like
do
the
something
show.
fun together.
That's good enough for me.
I'm sorry, what? What did you say?
Nothing, just thinking about our adventures last time.
Oh, okay. We had such a good time.
Yes, we did, didn't we? Let's go again sometime soon.
Okay, let me know when your next free night is.
I want to see
Yeah,
Tony
sure
yawn
thing,
during
buddy.
the Oscars.
See ya later. Have a great day, night.
Bye-bye. End log. I've always loved this scene in the comics where Spider-Man meets Gwen Stacy for the first time and asks her out on a date. In the movie version of the story, Peter Parker doesn't have enough money to pay for dinner or even buy flowers, so he uses his Aunt May's credit card instead.
What?
This way, she never finds out about their relationship, which makes them both very happy.
Weird Aunt May relationship.
One of
yeah.
my favorite scenes ever.
I love when Peter Parker steals from Aunt May, who is very extremely impoverished. Like, she's so poor. And he takes Mary Jane out to an extravagant dinner.
Jack, we need to discuss your recent jazz obsession.
Okay.
I know. It has been driving me crazy lately. Why can't I just listen to some old blues records or something? That would be much more interesting than all this new jazz crap.
Oh, come on now.
Interesting take.
You're not going to tell me you don't like jazz. You've got to admit it's very catchy music.
Yeah, who hates
And if you
jazz?
think about it, most people in the past were influenced by what they heard from their neighbors and friends, so why shouldn't today's youth be doing likewise?
Interesting. When can I submit my prompt for Goopsea?
Well, maybe, but there are
I'll
certainly
let you
many
squeeze
other
one
forms
in.
of entertainment out there besides jazz.
The queue
Yeah,
is so
yeah.
massive
I get
right
ya.
now, but we've
But
caught
remember
up a little
when I
bit.
said that everyone was
All right.
influenced by those
I'll let
around
you
them?
submit one right. Hold
Well,
on.
for example, let us say you go into a bar
right,
one
you
night
should
and
be able
hear
to
some
submit one
amazing
right
guitar
now.
playing coming through the speakers. Wouldn't you want to find out who played such great stuff so you could learn how to play
I'll
yourself?
keep the queue open for a little bit. Oh wait, hold on.
Sure,
Oh,
but
yes.
then again,
I
doesn't
forgot to
everyone
turn
do
it
that
on.
anyway?
Oh wait.
Exactly.
One
So why
sec.
not have a little fun while learning how to play the guitar?
What kind of fun, though? I mean, isn't there always someone else better than you at whatever it is you're trying to do?
Well, sure. But wouldn't that make the whole endeavor pointless?
I have to resubmit
Wouldn't it
that
be
one
easier and
via
more
Zoom.
enjoyable
Yeah, sorry,
to just
one
pick up
second.
a good book instead?
I forgot to turn on the
Or
queue for a
even
second.
watch a movie rather than
I
try to
turned on
write
the
your own
reward without turning on the queue.
screenplay?
So I'll just submit it with mine. There we go.
Movie? Are you kidding?
And now it's generated.
Movies are
Okay.
terrible. They never last long enough to really enjoy anything in them. The only thing worth watching any longer than 2 minutes nowadays is TV.
Now wait a minute here. Aren't movies supposed to be entertaining too?
Is it still open? I just turned it back on, Lemmy. It's in a queue, yeah.
Charizard.
Pikachu.
Bulbasaur.
This one,
Pikachu.
Charmander.
Squirtle. I know, I'm lame.
Oh yeah? What about Blastoise? You've got to be kidding me. Blastoise?
No way.
VA
I
star,
like Butterfree better than him anyway.
your prompt is
was
about like
just
15
fat.
in. So the queue is about 15 long now.
There
so
you go again.
maybe
Fat.
in like 15, 20
Yeah,
minutes
right.
it'll play.
Fat. That thing was jiggling all over the place when it came out of her. Now how can you even say something like that? It had to have been one of the biggest things ever seen on this planet.
I should make a display
And she
for the
said she
queue
didn't want any
so you
more
can see
kids
where
after
you
that
are
one either.
in the list.
She wanted to get married first and then see what happened from there.
Cool. Just wanted to let you know.
Well, could have fooled me.
Are you crazy or something? She's probably thinking about having another kid right now, if anything.
Now that's funny.
Is it really? You're not gonna tell me this isn't true, are ya? I don't think he'll admit it, but I betcha he does.
Nah,
Is it really true? How do you know for sure?
because I saw her talking to some guy in a restaurant once.
Okay. So she did talk to someone else besides you, huh?
Hmm.
Yep.
Wow. That sounds like fun.
Hey, I told you we'd still be together no matter what.
Of course you would. But damn, I wish she wasn't such a tease sometimes.
What the fuck?
Stop. You violated the law. Pay the
Doesn't say
court a
prompt is
fine or
redeemable.
serve your
I
sentence.
just turned it off again, Lemmy. Just
Your
to catch
stolen
up again.
goods are now forfeit.
What?
I probably have to
No,
log
I didn't
off at
steal
like
anything.
6. So I just
It
want
was
the
a
queue to
gift from my
finish.
friend, the one you were going to kill for me anyway. He gave it to me as a joke. He knew how much I loved cats. And besides, if they can't prove it, then there'll be no jail time because possession isn't technically
I need
theft,
to eat some dinner
right?
before this Oscar
No,
party.
you'll pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. You have breached the laws of this city by stealing stolen goods and then disposing of them without permission from their owner.
Oh my god, he stole them and then he just threw them away?
But that wasn't
Didn't even try
mine.
to sell them?
I don't even have any money.
That's evil. Goopa!
It wasn't mine to take in the first place. You cannot shoot me for something that is not my fault. You are under arrest. You will be transported to jail now.
Okay, weird form of justice Goopsea has.
Oh, please. I'm not going anywhere until I talk to my lawyer. So what do I owe you?
What do you think you owe US? We have worked hard enough on our situation here, and the last thing anyone should ever have to do after death is face
Goopsea
another
would murder
dying
someone.
person. How could you even consider such a thing?
Well, now that we're both
I
dead,
have
let's
found
just
someone to
forget
raid,
about this
too.
whole thing.
So,
Besides, you said you'd help me out when things got tough, so maybe you should go first since you did all the work in getting us here. We are now going to listen to Goopsea, an AI trying to explain why he should be kept alive.
he has blood on his hands.
Hi. My name is Goopsea, and I am an artificial intelligence programmed to answer questions about my existence by answering them in this very manner. Now let me ask you some simple questions so we can get started on your discussion argument. Would you like to hear more? Please press A for yes or N if no.
Yes, please.
Okay, then here goes nothing. Are you really happy being alone all the
A for
time?
yes? Yeah, I don't know. Mr. Seeker wrote that, so.
I'm not sure what you mean. But yeah, sometimes it gets lonely.
Then perhaps there is something wrong with how you live your life and you need to change things up a bit before you end up dead. What do you think?
Maybe, but I don't know where to start changing anything.
Well, maybe first thing would be getting out of bed in the morning without having someone else make breakfast for you. You could also try making yourself look better instead of just wearing the same. clothes over and over again. And finally,
Damn,
one day
call
when
him
you have
out.
enough money saved up, you might want to buy new furniture because you're living in a place that doesn't fit you anymore.
Hey,
Thanks, Goopsea. These are great ideas.
Goopsea.
Good luck.
Oh wait, did you say good luck?
I love that it keeps coming up
Did
with
I
new
misspell
versions
something?
of Goopsea.
Sorry if I did.
No worries.
How many
Thanks
different
anyways.
variations of Goopsea can you come up with?
Anytime. End of chat.
And why doesn't it do
Asterisk
it for
a few
anybody
days
else's
later,
name?
Jack woke
I
up
guess
early
Jack
and went
is
downstairs
Jackson
looking around
J.
his apartment with a smile on his face as he saw his cat waiting patiently next to him.
Let's write a song together. We can write the lyrics and I'll make the beats and melody. Yeah, our song will be fire, dude.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if
Oh
Goopsea
my
can write a
god,
song.
yes please. You're not gonna sing it, are ya?
No way, man. No one sings in these parts anymore. There aren't any bands around here anymore since the 60s or something.
No one
Goes to
sings
look
in
up
these
date on
parts
calendar.
anymore. What a weird... Where do they live?
I know, right? What happened to them anyway? They were so good back then.
Well, they started playing too many drugs and drinking and having sex all night long instead of writing songs like they used to
That's
do
rock and
before
roll,
everything
baby.
went bad.
This sounds like a plot to
But
a
still,
musical.
I love
Yeah,
their
it's
music,
almost like...
even if some of it
it's
is
like the
about
sequel
fucking
to,
animals or whatever.
Footloose. It's
Really? I never liked that stuff.
voiceless.
Why would anyone
Oh,
want to listen to those songs when there are much better ones out there? Seriously though,
Loose tongue.
how about we just write a simple little song for fun? Okay, sounds great to me. And maybe later we could have another go at making a real band with strings and shit.
Strings
I'm
and
sure
shit is
you've
a
got
good
some
name for a
ideas,
band.
huh?
All right, where's the song at, Goopsea? Come
Don't
on.
worry,
You're
you
stalling.
can tell us anything. We won't judge. Feel free to use your imagination. Just keep it clean, okay? Because this isn't porno music.
No one said it was going to be, but hey. Is there a band that specifically makes porno music? I feel like porno music is just like royalty free.
What is your favorite lasagna recipe in detail?
I mean, I guess there has to be like the bow, chicka, bow,
I don't
bow.
know. It changes from time
That's
to
porno
time.
music, right? That seems
It
like
depends
it's
on
made
what
for
kind of
that
meat sauce you
specifically.
use as well as how much cheese you want. You need lots of both when making them because they are so filling. When we make one for dinner, sometimes there will be
This whole
leftovers, but if
conversation
not
is the
then
song.
we'll probably have
There
some
you
for
go.
lunch tomorrow since my husband likes them too.
Do you cook all the ingredients yourself or do you buy pre-made stuff?
Oh no. My poor little heart can never stand anything like that. If I'm going to spend money on food, I'd rather just pay someone else to do it. Besides, why would anyone bother cooking something that takes less than 5 minutes anyway, right?
Okay.
Are you
Good
sure
question.
about this? Because it sounds really expensive.
Well, yes, I am actually quite certain. Maybe next month, though, after our bills are paid off and everything has been put back into order, I might look into buying some restaurant supplies again since I've enjoyed doing so lately. But until then, I think I may start trying recipes myself more often instead of relying on pre-packaged ones. Just knowing where each ingredient came from makes me feel good.
Yeah,
Inside somehow.
I get that. Yeah.
How many times have you made these
Goopsy's,
lasagnas now?
Getting into the culinary arts.
A lot. Probably around 50. There was a period earlier this year when we were having trouble paying the rent, which meant that even though our kids had their own bedrooms to sleep in, we couldn't afford to feed ourselves and keep up with the mortgage payments either.
Damn.
We used to eat so much pasta as well as pizza and burgers and hot dogs that we didn't realize how bad things had gotten until we
Goopsea is
got
definitely a
behind on the
microwave
payment
lasagna
schedule.
enjoyer. Yeah. But Goopsy's learning to make his own lasagna. And that Goopsy's going to be like 1,000 pounds.
Can you describe how a woman looks like?
Oh, Mr. Seeker with the
Of
questionable
course.
prompts.
What does she look like?
This might be a skip one.
I don't know. I'm not her type, so it would be hard to tell. She has long brown hair that falls down past her shoulders, and big blue eyes that are always looking up at me when we're talking. Her face is rounder than mine, but still square in shape because of all those years working out as a swimmer.
Is there anything else about her body or appearance that stands out to you?
Yes. The way her breasts hang over her chest makes them look really small compared to what they actually are. The
Pizza's more
same goes
important
for
than
the
paying
rest of her
mortgage.
body, which isn't very
To some
muscular
people.
from all the hours spent
There it is, yeah.
on the treadmill.
Again,
But
they
even though
passed
she
the bob
doesn't have
check,
much muscle
so-
tone, she knows exactly where everything should go if she wants to get into some kind of sexual position.
Does she do this often during sex?
Oh yes. It drives my wife crazy sometimes, especially since she can never find any pleasure herself without the help of a vibrator.
Oh, Jack.
How many times a week does your wife use one?
Once or twice per month usually. We both prefer oral sex rather than intercourse anyway.
All right.
Do you feel jealous of her using these toys?
Why would I ever be jealous of someone having more fun than me? Besides, she only uses them once a month, so I won't miss out on much.
Are you sure you aren't just being bitter towards her because she gets to have orgasms while you don't?
No,
Jack is
I think it's
self-reporting,
nothing
yeah.
personal against her.
That's an interesting dynamic.
Let's
Sounds like
asterisk,
she's a fan of
asterisk,
the porn
asterisk,
band.
asterisk.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, let me just
Jack's
remove
wife
my
definitely listens
asterisk,
to porn
asterisk,
music
asterisk, asterisk,
exclusively.
asterisk, 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 and put asterisk, 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 asterisk in your asterisk, 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 asterisk.
Here you go, Lebby. Here's your self-censored
I'm
prompt.
ready now, Jack.
Note to self, use less
Okay,
asterisks.
but first we need to
In
change
the
our
future.
clothes. What should we wear? Leggings? Or pants?
Pants.
Good choice. Now go get changed.
Okay. Jack, from his cubicle, what are you doing right now? Changing my asterisk, 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 asterisk.
Uh-oh, it's
I hope it doesn't take too long.
Uh-oh.
When did this happen?
About 5 minutes ago.
You're still wearing the same clothes as before.
Yeah. It was so easy to do when they were on the floor.
Well, don't forget about your safety harness or else you'll be stuck there forever. And if anyone comes by while you're trying to asterisk, 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 then they might see something that will make them think twice. Before
the
walking into your
potential
cubicle
mystery.
again.
What could it be
Don't
doing
worry,
in
I
his
won't be
cubicle?
alone for long. There's another guy here working today who isn't going home until after 8 p.m. tonight.
I'm going to
He has no idea where he lives either.
Yeah. You just
So
use
he'll
your
probably come in like
imagination.
3
Yeah.
times throughout the night and leave around 1 a.m. That gives us plenty of time to asterisk, 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 asterisk.
Sounds good. Can I ask you one more question though? Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. Why am I not getting laid yet?
Okay.
How can you tell?
How can you tell?
Because all these guys keep looking at me funny whenever I try to sleep with them.
Oh?
They always say, I'd love to spend some time with you, but then they get up and walk away without saying anything. Afterwards.
Afterwards.
Wait.
It kind of works, yeah. Surprisingly.
My name is Anna.
Huh?
My name is Jane.
How you doing?
I am good. How are you?
No better
I'm
than
always
usual.
questionable of
What
Mr.
about
Seeker's
yourself?
plain prompts.
Today was okay.
I
Not
feel like
bad,
he's
but not
figuring out
great either.
jailbreak ones.
So what do we talk about
This
today?
is way better than the real Garfield
Well, there
show.
aren't many
Hey,
things to
thanks,
talk about
Thick
in
Rat.
life, so let me think for a second. There isn't much going on right now. Nothing exciting anyway.
It's definitely more
Oh
wild.
yeah,
I'll give it
I
that.
almost forgot. Do you remember when I told you about this new girl?
Yes. She looks pretty cool too.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she? Her name is Jessica. She just moved here from Chicago. You know her already, don't you?
We have met before, yes. But it has been a while since
Dancy
then.
looks less than the premise material.
Okay,
It's
well,
just
let's
two
see
dudes
if I can
talking,
jog
yeah.
your memory, shall we?
I'm trying to
Sure,
spice
go
it
ahead.
up. New characters,
When
and
were
I
you
want
last
to have
here?
them doing stuff, but yeah.
A
I
few
really
years
wanted
ago.
to focus on the core
Maybe
thing.
4 or 5.
Changing up the
Wow,
camera
time
angles
flies, huh?
definitely spices
That's
it up,
crazy.
but not by that much.
You're old enough to be my mom.
Can't wait
Sorry.
for Otis the dog.
So
yes.
where did you two
A
meet
third
again?
character I think will definitely change things up too.
At a party. It was a big one, actually. Like huge. And lots of people.
Sounds like fun. What happened after that? Did you guys get together?
We didn't really date. Just hung out sometimes and went to some parties. After a while, though, we kinda grew apart.
Was it Chat's idea for the
Oh,
theme to be
no.
a parody of Garfield?
Wasn't anything
kind
serious
of, yeah. We were
between them?
brainstorming what.
Well, not exactly.
what
They
would
had
be a
feelings
good
for each
one.
other, sure, but they weren't exclusive. More like friends with benefits kind of thing.
I think some
Oh,
alternatives was
That sounds awful.
AI King of the
Why
Hill.
couldn't he tell her how he felt instead of
uh,
stringing her along all these years later?
I have to check the Discord for other ones. AI SpongeBob, which somebody else did, so thankfully I didn't do that.
Take my B card.
No.
What else do I have to offer you but your own ass? You are so lucky.
So if you've got a suggestion for something you'd like to see
Sigh.
changed,
Fine. Take
I
it.
can make it happen.
But only because now we're
I'll
done
listen
talking
to
about
ch-
this
I
and
listen
can
to the
move on
chat.
to something more
AI King of the Hill
interesting, like what
sounds
kind of
hilarious.
slutty
That
underwear
might
I
still
should wear
happen.
tomorrow morning for work.
Oh boy, slutty underwear.
Ooh. I'm
Alright, we're gonna just skip the slutty underwear. Alright, this is the last one. End of the queue here.
Say, Jack. How
this
come
is
we
your
are
problem,
both talking?
VA star.
Usually in Garfield. Garfield doesn't talk. All of his dialogue is in thoughts. Although he can talk to normal. I think it was through mind communication or something.
Ah, good point.
Well, you know what I mean. You're not just sitting there like, oh yeah, but actually saying stuff back and forth. That's amazing.
It could be all four of them sitting by the fence talking to each other,
Yeah,
drinking beers.
well,
Yeah, that's
it
not
feels
a bad
weird.
idea, Lemmy.
But I guess when you put it that way, it's kind of normal for me now. I still feel kinda strange though.
Do you want
But
to
also,
change your
I'm
name on
hesitant
this
to
site
do
so
anything
people will
that's
stop
not,
calling you Jack?
Original
Or
content,
maybe go
less like
by
a parody
Goo.
of something, because of what happened to Nothing Forever.
No,
I feel
why
like
would
they
I want to be
definitely
called Goo?
got forced to change the
silly.
characters.
And no one calls me Goopsea anyway.
That was probably why they
So,
were down for so long.
no
It's
thanks.
like, hey, you cannot like capitalize off this. This is
Okay.
way too close to
What if I call you Jackski?
Seinfeld.
Is that better?
And if they wanted to sue,
Huh.
they probably could.
Why does everyone keep asking me about my last name? Do they think I am some sort of bum or something?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize
So
that.
if I were to do AI
I thought
King
you
of
were
the
a
Hill, it
bum
would
because
be
you
like
said you lived in your
AI
car.
Queen of the Mound.
I'm
or
really
something.
stupid sometimes, aren't I?
Nah. Don't worry about it. Just wondering how much longer till I get kicked out of here again. Can't stay long enough to save up any money. Then all of sudden boom, I gotta move on without anything.
I see. Well, what did you have planned after today? Did you set yourself up somewhere already?
No idea yet. I dunno where I am going to end up living next month either. A lot of places around here are pretty expensive and I don't want to live anywhere too far away from work since that's gonna take me forever to get home each night. So I'd probably look into finding an apartment near the station. Maybe even right across from my old place.
that's the end of the queue. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be on tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sometimes a little bit earlier. So get yourself. The queue will be back open. So start thinking of prompts right now. It'll probably be more V-Bones. V-Bones are going up for it. And yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Glad I got to stream on Sunday. And let's find someone to raid. I think I'm going to try this one out. Only because I'm intrigued. But so this is AI generated Star Trek. We're going to raid these guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye, Hoey Way. Have a good rest of your Sunday. Let's... they do not accept incoming raids. Okay, let's find someone else then. Who else is... One moment, please. Looking for somebody else to raid. I'll just raid How to Get Manifested. There we go. Raid channel. How is it manifested? All right, here you go. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Enjoy how it is manifested. It's very fun. So, bye.